Yo, it's your boy Marita boy. I'm back up in this thing, man. Listen. Today, I was just thinking, I like, man, shit, I want to fuck with my people tonight. I want to fuck with my people tonight. So look, we're gonna jump in the chat and we just gonna freestyle this thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? It's a couple topics that I got, but I kick them out there if shit get dry. But at the same time, though, I want to keep link in with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And vibe with y'all and see what y'all want to talk about. I'm gonna let y'all run this thing tonight. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's the Squiddy takeover tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's the Squiddy takeover tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let the Squiddy, you know what I'm saying, let us know what we want to talk about, and then we're gonna talk about it though. But first though, look. So I told y'all it's the rapping shit, right? So, I'm building this platform. So I was, I'm adding little things, thinking about adding little things. So of course I'm gonna add me some theme music, you know what I'm saying? And I got a bunch of songs that I had recorded or whatever. Um, but most of the songs that I recorded, they already registered through BMI or ASCAP. So if I play them, I'm gonna get flagged. Even though the record company that owns the songs is my partner record company, we'll have to go through a bunch of little red tape. But they still gonna flag me. They gonna flag me for my own music, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because I was on a label at the time, so they gonna flag me. But I was going through my archives, right? And I got some unreleased music that I recorded. I got this song that I really liked that it was gonna go on either my next album, but I stopped rapping, and it was recorded a couple years back, and or either the other artist that's on the song with me, his name D Boy. If you know anything about Florida, you know about D Boy. You know what I'm saying? D Boy from Orlando, but he big. Like he got songs with everybody. Glock 9, he got songs with everybody from Florida that's big. Moot Boy, he got songs with everybody from Florida that's pretty much big. But that's my boy. That's my boy. And I got an unreleased song that me and him made called Off White. And I'm gonna play it for y'all. And I want y'all to let me know whether I should make it my intro or not. You know what I'm saying? That'd be hard though. He got the first verse, he got the hook, and then I got the second verse. And he made the beat too. That'd be hard though. And y'all just let me know. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know. But the song called Off White though. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give y'all a couple more give you a little minute, let a couple more y'all get in. Hit that like button on the way in. Hit that like button on the way in. It's the Squiddy takeover tonight, y'all. It's the Squiddy takeover tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's the Squiddy takeover tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give y'all a couple more minutes, let a couple more y'all get up in here before we run through this song to see if y'all think I can make a little intro. We ain't gonna, with the intro, it ain't gonna be the whole song, but see if it's sauced up enough to make it a little intro, you know what I'm saying? And then, cut it off and then go to the videos, you know what I'm saying? Because it's unreleased. What's up, Tennille? The song is unreleased and it's not registered through BMI or ASCAP. So the song won't get flagged. You know what I'm saying? I never released the song, he never released the song, but we made the song. You know what I'm saying? And I like it. It's decent. I think it's decent enough for an intro though. And it's one of the only unreleased songs that I got that I won't get flagged for. Like even if I use some of them songs and videos or something I got, they're gonna get flagged because they're not registered through me. They're registered through the label that I was on at the time when I was making the song. They registered through BMI ASCAP. I think it's BMI they registered through. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Squid. It's the Squiddy takeover tonight. We're gonna see what y'all want to talk about. We can talk about uh women in the industry. We can talk about politics. Y'all know Trump just got indicted today. Formally got indicted. 4 felony counts. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. Y'all want to talk about rappers. Y'all want to talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. We can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I know a little bit about it. I know a lot about I know a little bit about a lot of stuff, so we can do it. Actually, I was really in my R&B vibe a little bit earlier, man. You know what I'm saying? A friend of mine, uh, they real, it's a lady, and she was real big on R&B, and Me and her was trading R&B songs. Man, she got them jams. She got them jams, but I was hitting her with them jams. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was like a little, you know, like a little, like that thing that y'all was doing on Lil Kel's Truth Movement when y'all was like picking up like the trivia, but it wasn't that. It was like she'll hit me with an R&B song, then I hit her with an R&B song, and she had them jams, and I was hitting her with them jams too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna say this too. Um, I love music. I love music. I love music. Music is probably my number one. It was my number one thing that I loved to do when I was doing music. I can write songs like a motherfucker. I can write slow songs. I can write rap songs. I can write country songs. Like I could just do it. It's just something that I was just blessed to be good at. You know what I'm saying? I done wrote slow songs for girls, all type of stuff. And I was thinking when we was trading songs back and forth, my favorite, if somebody asked me what my favorite song was in the world, I wouldn't be able to tell them, but I would be able to tell them it's an R&B song. And let me tell y'all something about good R&B, like 90s R&B, 80s R&B. Even if you go back to the 70s, if you, like, bro, that's from 70, 80, 90, early 2000 R&B. Bro, it ain't nothing like it, dog. Bro, when you listen to a good R&B song, bro, it just take you back to a place. It's like a time machine, and it take you back to a place where you was. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, bro. What's up, Q Ball? What's up, Camille? What's up, Jern? Yo, and it just take you back to a place. Um, and we was trading R&B songs. I was hitting her with them jams, dog. She would hit me with them jams too. So if somebody asked me what my favorite song in the world was, I wouldn't be able to tell them, but I know my favorite song would be an R&B song over rap, over any other kind of genre of music. It would be R&B. And it's just sad nowadays that we don't even really have R&B. R&B is pretty much dead, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's just sad. I hate to sound like the old guy in the room. I hate to sound like Steve Harvey on the Kings of Comedy. We were talking about when he was talking about, man, all you want to do is talk about I wax you, I wax you. But it came to be true. You know what I'm saying? Like even the female artists nowadays, like they don't even. I know people still make R&B, but it's like it don't get no play no more. It's like everybody want to spin the bin and kill a op. You know what I'm saying? But bro, let me tell you something. Love is the highest vibration out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? And if you ever been loved or loved somebody in your life, bro, and you listen to a good R&B song that maybe you and them uh shared when y'all was in that situation, a relationship or whatever, bro, I'm gonna tell you something. Or maybe you, bro, that shit just take you back, bro. Just make you feel warm inside, bro. Ain't on your couch. Or maybe you know your mama and them used to play R&B. You know what I'm saying? When you was a little kid and you see your mama, you know what I'm saying, dance, your mama and your auntie and them and your dad and them or your uncle and them or something like that there, man. I'm telling you, bro. R&B, man, I was hitting it with them jams, though. You know what I'm saying? And I damn near, because I hadn't played R&B in a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because my mind just went in that zone. But at the same time, we was playing R&B jams, or she was shooting me them jams, I was shooting them jams. Bro, them things just like a time machine, just taking me back to the time when everything was all right, when everything was, you know, love. You know what I'm saying? I think, bro, I'm gonna tell y'all something, bro. Which you could tell how this music nowadays influencing the younger generation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not totally dissing and shitting on the music because I listen to some of it too, and I like some of it too. But I'm saying music do have the ability to change your mood and put you in a certain kind of mood. When you listen to a song, and that's how I was so good at making songs, right? So the first thing when I make a song, first the beat got to be hard. The beat got to be hard. The beat got to make people move off top without even me saying nothing on it. That's how I pick the beats, right? But secondly, when I'm writing the song, I used to always remember that when I hear a good song or a song that I like in my mind, I put myself as the song is talking about me. You feel what I'm saying? So um, I make the songs relatable. So if you that and that's what connects you to the song. You see what I'm saying? That's what connects people to the song. They be like, oh man, I've been through that. Oh man, I'm going through that. Oh man, that's how I'm feeling. So if you take that in account, now you can see how music has such a big influence over people when they listening to it. You know what I'm saying? The Pied Piper, the devil was the minister of music, yada yada this, yada yada that. It is true, y'all. It is true. And that's another reason why I stopped making the kind of music that I was making. Actually, I stopped making music all because of my children, but partly because of my children. But because I asked my son who his favorite rapper was, he said it was me. But the stuff that I was listening, what I was rapping about in the songs, I realized that he probably was gonna try to grow up and emulate this. So I stopped it early when he was young, you know what I'm saying? And I let him know, like, nah, son, you know what I'm saying? This ain't what it is. You know what I'm saying? But back to my original subject. We need more R&B to be played, to be listened to in the world, man. We need these dudes to start loving on their girl. We need their girls to start loving on their dudes. We need that type of stuff because it will have an effect on some people when they listening to it. You get what I'm saying? Like for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? All this macho this and macho that and all of that type of stuff, man. Listen, man, that's cool. Yeah, I get it. You know, and it's times, you feel that way. But I'm telling you, bro, you need the like R&B. I wouldn't mind if they push R&B back out here to give these people something else to listen to other than drill you, I spin the block, I kill a op. You know what I'm saying? Phone them this and blicky that and you know what I'm saying? All of that type of stuff, man. I ain't hating on the music. I'm just saying we need more of the good vibration of music, the music that puts you in a vibration the way you might, you know what I'm saying? Even though you're beefing with your girl, you realize you love her. You know what I'm saying? And y'all make up. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, we need that makeup sex music. You know what I'm saying? We need that, that bring us together type music. You see what I'm saying? That I know we going through something, but we gonna make it through together type music. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just saying though. But yeah, tonight, shout out to Young Baller. Yeah, but tonight it's the Squiddy takeover, man. Young Baller said, Marita, boy, you think rap is gonna die out soon? No, rap here to stay. Rap here to stay. You know what I'm saying? It's here to stay. But I do think this though. I do think it's gonna change over though. It's everything going in a circle. So I'm gonna tell you what I think gonna happen. I think eventually what's gonna happen is the backpack rappers gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? Whenever the people take a stand and put some pressure on these record companies to stop only pushing the gangster rap. And I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna say this, and I heard somebody that said it, but I'm gonna say it here on this channel. Let me tell you how it's gonna happen, right? It's gonna happen with these rappers getting in trouble and the victims of the rappers' families suing the rappers and the record companies. Sort of like Juvie and Sack Chaser family is suing Young Thug, 300, 100K Track, uh, um, and all the parties involved. I think that's what's going to be the type of pressure that's going to be put on these record companies because if they get found like, because it's all about money, you know what I'm saying? So if they get found to be losing money by these type of artists getting into trouble and they be found liable in a court of law in a civil suit, I think then it'll slow down on them pushing, and it's gonna have to be multiple times this happen. It gonna just happen on one time. But I think if the courts start siding with the victims' families and making the record companies some kind of way be financially responsible for what they artists do, I think then we will get the record company saying, "Hold on, these dudes is costing us more money than we making." But it's gonna have to be it's gonna have to be a money thing. It's gonna have to be we losing money by signing these type of artists. You see what I'm saying? But I do think rap is going to switch over. It always happened. We living now that what we living in now. We living in the Master P them time, right? So first you had like the Biggie them time, Tupac them time. You feel what I'm saying? Well, it was it was nice. Then we switched over after Pac and Biggie died. We got to the basic type of rap. We got to the like Master P. Remember Master P had his nice little run. Master P had a lot of artists, but he had some garbage ass artists. Mr. Servo. I mean, we had some good. He brought us probably the greatest female rapper in my opinion, ever, which was Mia X. Shout out to Mia X. I'm her friend on Facebook. She be like putting what's her name and shit on my comments and shit. Shout out to Mia X. I think Mia X is probably top 5. You know what I mean? Arguably top 5, but in my opinion, she probably one of the greatest female rappers ever. He brought us her. But for the rest, for the most part, Master B had a bunch of garbage ass artists. Silk the Shocker, Mr. Servon. What he had? He had shit. It was a bunch of. It was a bunch of. What is dude name? Big Ed, Moby Dick. You know what I'm saying? He had a bunch of basic rappers. Even Master P, even though he went platinum, he was basic as hell. You see what I'm saying? Then it switched back over. It switched back over to your Lil Waynes, your Jay Z's. You know what I'm saying? Even T.I. was, up in that bag. You know what I'm saying? Remember, Jeezy was basic. Then Jeezy got kind of, polished with his shit. Then it switched back over. You know what I'm saying? Because J. Cole slid in there in that same, what's the name too? I remember when J. Cole first came on with Who Dat. So he slid in there too, you know what I'm saying, with that, lyrical type of rap. Then that shit switched. Then with the birth of drill rap came just the basic type of rap. And that's what genre we living in now. Now, drill rap has actually spread to probably be the most popular genre of hip hop right now. But I got a feeling when people get tired of the killing and it start being financially not feasible for the record companies to push these type of artists, then I think you're gonna get another cycle of rappers who are not actually rapping that type of music. You know what I'm saying? The uplifting type of music, the struggle type of music. Those the dudes that necessarily not from the street but have talent and they can rap. See, nowadays it's not about whether you can rap or not. It's whether if you done killed a lot of people, if you done got shot a lot of times, if you got a lot of money, or if you done sold a lot of dope. You see what I'm saying? It's more about the backstory, the image, and the money more so than it is about talent. You feel what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you who's kind of kicked it off too. Shorty Low kind of, and shout out to Shorty Low, man. I like the Shorty Low songs, but Shorty Low kind of was at the forefront of this basic type rap too. You know what I'm saying? Because Shorty Low couldn't rap. Let's just keep it real. Shorty Low couldn't rap a lick, but we accepted it because Shorty Low was that dude. You know what I'm saying? That's LO. You feel what I'm saying? So, and rest in peace to Shorty Low. He had a couple hits. I fuck with it. But I'm just saying I could see the change in the music, and I think that's what's gonna happen. But because I think this is really serious what's going on now. I think this music definitely is influencing these kids to go out there and spin the block on their ops and have a 30 round clip and have a switch and be done killed somebody and make a song about it. And it's kind of like rewarding bad behavior, because these dudes seeing it as a way to get out the hood. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it's to the point now where they do all the bad shit and build that shit up on their resume, and then go to turn to try to be rappers because they known from where they from doing shit where they at. I seen a dude the other day, man. What his name is, man? Damn, what his name is. He just killed himself in jail, dog. He just killed himself in jail. He was a rapper. Damn, what his name was. Damn, I can't think of his name. Looked like a black dude, but he looked sort of Latino too. But he just hung himself in jail because he was facing capital murder. But I can't remember his name. If y'all know his name, jump in the comment section. Let me know his name, dog. But he just killed himself the other day in jail. He was going to trial. But anyway, when he was walking, when they caught it, I think he shot up a club or yeah, he shot a nigga in the club. He shot a nigga in the club. He shot I think a nigga or a couple people in the club. He said when they was doing the perk walk with it, they were asking him why did he do it, and he said that because the dude put the gun on him first, and he was in fear for his life. But when they was walking him to the damn car, you know what he was saying? Hey man, y'all check me out on Instagram. Da 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 da. My name da 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 da. I was like, what? Nigga, you fake. I think he might have killed a couple people. But I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, this nigga done killed people, going to jail for murder, and he telling these people to follow him on Instagram. He like, yeah, I'm an up-and-coming artist. My name da 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 da. I was like, what? And then let's think about Straight Drop. When the world has, before the Straight Drop went to jail, the world was like, oh yeah, the internet was like, yeah, Straight Drop, Straight Drop, Straight Drop, Straight Drop killed Dolph. Straight Drop was dropping music videos. You see what I'm saying? So this shit kind of going hand in hand now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think eventually, I hope, I pray eventually the world get tired of this shit and bring back some different type of music, man, to calm these jits down, man. You know, but I do think rap is here to stay. But I just wanted to calm these jits down, man. It's sad because we losing a whole generation of our babies, man. It's like we're gonna have a black, like where the 80s took a lot of the meals out of the family dynamic in the hood and the urban communities because of over sentencing them and shit like that there with the crack laws and shit like that. This generation getting took out by each other. You know what I'm saying? Like these kids is getting killed before they even have a chance to own a car or have kids or grow into mature people. Like these kids who died, not even they didn't even get a chance to be who they would grow into be because they're dying so young. You know what I'm saying? It's like sad, dog. If these kids don't have kids by the time they're 16 now, they may not never even get a chance to grow the family tree. You see what I'm saying? They're just a memory. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a brother that got killed when he was 21. You know what I'm saying? Like 21. He didn't even get a chance to grow into a man. He was, I mean, don't get it twisted. He was out there, you know, he had his girl, he had his own crib and shit like that. He had 2 kids, thank God, before he passed. But I'm saying, in the grand scheme of things, he still was a kid. He still was a kid. And he died. He got killed, got murdered. You know what I'm saying? So how would I just pray? But look, I need me some theme music, dog. So I was going through my archives and I got this song, right, that I made with an artist out of Florida named D-Boy. He on the hook. He got the first verse. I got the second verse because I was thinking about some intro music, and I was thinking, and I got other songs, but the other songs are already registered through BMI, and I can't use them because if I use them, then I mean, I could go through my boy who actually owned the label, but it's gonna be so much shit. Probably got to get in touch with BMI. Oh, let him read the boy use the song, and it's actually me on the songs. There's some of them, a lot of them songs is just me by myself, but I didn't want to go through all that. So I just happened to run across through my archives and I got this song that I made that is not registered. It is not released. And I was thinking whether I should use it for an intro. I'm gonna play y'all, let me know. It's an artist out of Florida named D-Boy. He pretty big. He got songs with Glock 9 and he got a song with Whoop. He got a song with Whoop and he big. He like an OG. He young still, but he probably like 33, 34. But he been doing it a long, 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 long time. And this is me and him, a song called Off White. I don't play it. Y'all let me know whether I should use it. Cause you know when I use it for an intro, I ain't gonna be able to play the whole song. But I'm gonna play the whole song for y'all. I got the second verse, he got the first verse, and he got the hook. And it's a pretty dope song. Let me see.
Young niggas run the streets. My 40 cal on me, stick it right between the seats. A mirror jeans pudgy. New Versace sneakers out your budget. Off-white jacket. Fuck niggas can't touch me. Hustle hard, I got plaques out. Today I wanna bring a couple racks out. Hotline, bling, beating packs out. A fish on my line. Finally got them spitting stacks out. So what I did, swipe that motherfucker till it maxed out. The boy from the ghetto, I learned to kick the table when I wanna shake the jello. The word on the streets, I got them bags for the LO. No talking in the sheets, I play these hoes like a cello. Hello, I kick more shit and got more flavor. I be ducked off, somewhere exclusive with no labels. You can see me in the room where the money getting made. I just paid $50 for a dope boy fade. I stayed down on my hustle, ran the racks up. I finally got my shit clicking. I was down bad, fucked up and scuffed up. All I do is eat chicken. We set the tones in the streets. Real niggas made bones in the streets. You focus on your shit, watch that money go up. It ain't too many of them out here that's fucking with us.
Crosstown born like Saddam, but a big human straps in every palm. Need an octopus to get to him. Chopper with the drum off his head. Takashi lips loose. Ghost possess the bomb. I'm alarm how this shit move. I died, came back and bought fresh. Your flow fell off and lost self. Me back boss, a go-getter, and the transport gotta eat that cost, I know better. Elemental shit, I just float through the building. Gucci loaf it up, got the hate on kill 'em. Pit pocket flow, so the hoes gon' feel 'em. When your blanket moving slow, it's like the panoramic anthem. You can think you kinda smart, think you floating on the wave, till you find yourself floating in the ocean with fillets. Package goes to custom plug from Kuwait, and I don't need to know the language, I just know I'm getting paid.
I stayed down on my hustle, ran the racks up. I finally got my shit clicking. I was down bad, fucked up and scuffed up. And all I do is eat chicken. We set the tones in the streets. Real niggas made bones in the streets. You focus on your shit, watch that money go up. It ain't too many of them out here that's.
I'm gonna play it one more time. So we can get a gauge up. I think I'm gonna make it an intro. I don't know though, but it's unreleased.
Young niggas run the streets. My 40 cal on me, stick it right between the seats. A mirror jeans pudgy. New Versace sneakers out your budget. Off-white jacket. Fuck niggas can't touch me. Hustle hard, I got plaques out. Today I wanna bring a couple racks out. Hotline bling beating packs out. A fish on my line. Finally got them spitting stacks out. So what I did, swipe that motherfucker till it maxed out. The boy from the ghetto, I learned to kick the table when I wanna shake the jello. The word on the streets, I got them bags for the LO. No talking in the sheets, I play these hoes like a cello. Hello, I kick more shit and got more flavor. I be ducked off, somewhere exclusive with no neighbors. You can see me in the room where the money getting made. I just paid $50 for a dope boy fade. I stayed down on my hustle, ran the racks up. I finally got my shit clicking. I was down bad, fucked up and scuffed up, and all I do is eat chicken. We set the tones in the streets, real niggas made bones in the streets. You focus on your shit, watch that money go up. It ain't too many of them out here that's fucking with us.
Crosstown born like Saddam, but a big human straps in every palm. Need an octopus to get to him. Chopper with the drum off his head, Takashi lips loose. Ghost possess the bomb, I'm alarm, how this shit move. I died, came back and bought fresh. Your flow fell off and lost self. Me back boss, a go-getter, and the transport gotta eat that cost, I know better. Elemental shit, I just float through the building. Gucci loaf it up, got the hate on kill 'em. Pit pocket flow, so the hoes gon' feel 'em. When your blanket moving slow, it's like the panoramic anthem. You can think you kinda smart, think you floating on the wave, till you find yourself floating in the ocean with fillets. Package goes to custom plug from Kuwait, and I don't need to know the language, I just know I'm getting paid.
I stayed down on my hustle, ran the racks up. I finally got my shit clicking. I was down bad, fucked up and scuffed up, and all I do is eat chicken. We set the tones in the streets, real niggas made bones in the streets. You focus on your shit, watch that money go up. It ain't too many of them out here that's fucking with us.
I think it'll do for an intro. It's straight. He made the beat though. He raw though. I'm telling you, like he raw, like he known, like he got like a name, like for real, like in Florida, like he got a name. Like, be real with you, like a lot of a lot of people that I met through the rap game, I met through him. Like he real cool with OMB Peasy. Who else he cool with? He cool with a lot of motherfuckers. Yeah, he cool with a lot of motherfuckers, but I think I can, you know, in the intro, I ain't gonna be able to play the whole song, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my boy from a long time ago though, long time ago though. But he do his thing, Matter of fact, I'm gonna give my boy a shout out. I'm gonna give him a shout out. I'm finna give him a shout out, so y'all know exactly who he is. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know who he is. You know what I'm saying? Give my boy a little shine. Even though he don't need it, he good. So this him right here. This his song with Glock 9. See what I'm saying? This him right here. That's him. See what I'm saying? That's him. He got like a lot of songs. Got a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? He on this song with Loose Cannon, Moot Boy. This song was hard. This is Orlando Cypher here. That was so hard. See him right there? That bitch go hard though. Tony Boy. I know Tony Boy real good too. He's from the hood. I never met Loose Cannon, but Loose Cannon from out there with Hot Boy and them. He out there from Pine Hill, but I never met him. But yeah. So yeah, that's D-Boy right there. This Glock 45 where he went off on Armstrong. See that big got 400 something. What's the names? This song he'll go hard. Sweetwater. My boy. This him and Whoop. Hey, Audio. You know you be asking me about Whoop. So this D-Boy and Whoop right here. This for you, Audio. You gotta go check it out. You see what they say? Bowling. Lean the bowl. That big go hard. This him and Whoop. Audio told me they be listening to Whoop out there on the West Coast. So, you know what I'm saying? So the dude that I was just on the song with, this is him and Whoop. I told you I know a lot of motherfuckers, dog. Lot of motherfuckers. Lot of motherfuckers. In Florida, rather, when it comes to the music. See what I'm saying? That him and Whoop. He got a song with Gucci. He got a song with Plies. He got quite a few songs. Just so y'all know. You know, I give my boy a shout out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was him on the first verse. Yeah, I'm thinking about using it for an intro though. What y'all want to talk about, man? Here to get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all talking about. I know what I seen. I seen some more weird ass shit. Hold on. I seen some more weird ass shit, dog. What that rapper name was? What that rapper name was that got killed, y'all? And they had his body up in the up in the club, bro. What his name was? Get in the comment section. Y'all let me know what his name was, bro. They had his body up in the club, bro. What his name? Remember they brought his body to the club? What his name was? Yeah, Whoop make all my haters go away. Yeah, that Whoop. Yeah. Go new, right? So I saw Moneybag Yo artist. What the name is? His name Shot Off, right? His name Shot Off. Moneybag Yo artist name Shot Off, right? And he lost his brother. I guess his brother passed. I don't know the backstory to it or whatever. Maybe got, I don't know how he died, so I don't want to speculate. But I saw a video of they at the funeral, right? And the man laying in the casket, yo. And they done put a blunt in the man's mouth, dog. You know what I'm saying? And it says that Shot Off smokes one more blunt with his brother before he laid to rest. Man, let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something, dog. Y'all better not never do no shit like that, bro, for me, dog. I don't give a damn. I done seen videos where the people be passed, bro. I seen one video where they got dude up in the corner, my nigga. It ain't funny, dog, but I'm just saying, dog. They got the dude body up in the corner, my nigga, posted at the repass, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but he dead though. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like where they do that at? Bro, then I seen another one where the dude, they got him on a motorcycle. I guess he must have died on a motorcycle. He like motorcycles or something. And they got his body. He dead, but he on the motorcycle though. Like he like laying on the motorcycle like he riding that big. Man, listen, dog. Let me tell y'all something, dog. Bruh, I don't want to go, but I know we all gotta go. Don't do no shit like that for me, dog. Don't put no blunts in my mouth. Uh, don't motherfucking post me up in the corner. You know what I'm saying? Don't take me to the club and put me on stage in no designer. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, don't do me like that, dog. Don't do me like that, y'all. Don't do me like that, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all gonna miss me and you know what I mean? I don't want to go neither, but bruh, listen, don't do me like that, dog. That's just a little too much for me, dog. Like when they had bruh Gold News sitting up in the club, like on stage, that shit just fuck with my soul, dog. Like, and people was at the club though, like this shit, like, and they say Go New wanted to go out like that. You know what I'm saying? Now that's up to him. Like now, if he wanted to go out like that, and that's how he wanted, hey, go ahead. But I'm just talking about for me. As for me, nah, dog, don't do me like that, dog. Don't that, no, hell no, if that's your last wish, you put that shit in your will, and that's how you wanted to do. Hey, much respect to you. But I'm just talking about for me. Nah, bro, they had money bag. Your artist with the name shot off, bro. They got the man laid up in the casket, bro, and they got the blunt in the man's mouth, and they just like smiling and laughing, and that shit that'll just make me feel away. Like I ain't saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it ain't nothing that I want to happen to me, you know what I'm saying, on my way out. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you must do something for me, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? Go on, bury me in some expensive shit. Bury me in a gold casket. You know what I'm saying? What's up, anonymous one? Yo, bury me in a gold casket. You know what I'm saying? Okay, appreciate you, gang. Appreciate you. I appreciate you, anonymous one. Hey, look, y'all go subscribe to my boy Anonymous One channel, man. My boy just getting started off in this YouTube thing, man, and I'm glad to assist him and help him in any way I can. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, you never know who's gonna be the next great YouTuber, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You got to pay that shit forward, dog. You feel what I'm saying? Like, don't you know what I mean? Don't never try to keep nobody down or try to hate on nobody. I'm telling you, it might be blessed, it might be meant for you to help them out, and then they turn around and help you out one day. You know what I'm saying? That's how shit be. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think big. You can't think small. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just telling y'all, that's how y'all gotta do it, man. I know a lot of people be trying to, they be in competition with each other and secret competition and shit and want to keep people at a level below them. You see it in music all the time. You know what I'm saying? One person want to get all the shine and all of this and that there. But nah, bro, that ain't the way to be, bro. You gotta have all your niggas eating, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never want to be the person to have all the money. You feel what I'm saying? What good it do me to have all the money and none of my homeboys got no money? Hell no. Even in the streets, I was like that. You know what I'm saying? When I came across little plays, man, shit, I used to always try to put my homeboys on, and they ain't always reciprocate the situation back to me, but I just always had that type of heart. Now, some of them I did. Some of them I did put on. You know what I'm saying? Some of them I did put on when I found the lick or I found a way to get to eat and I was eating and I saw my homeboys still out on the block serving and shit, like risking their freedom just to sell a couple of rocks and shit like that. I'll swing through and put them on. You know what I'm saying? Or offer to put them on. You know what I'm saying? I had some of them turn me down. You know what I'm saying? I tell you, a long time ago, I had a check cashing ring. Shit, I promise you. I promise you, I was a motherfucker, bro. A motherfucker. I had a whole crew, a full crew, and that's what I did. And I ate real good. You feel what I'm saying? And it saved me because I went from standing on the corner trying to push rocks to sliding around in rentals every day. all over, doing my thing, making bands every day. You know what I'm saying? I did that shit for a long, long time. You see what I'm saying? Till I got caught. And when I got caught, I just went on and they gave me probation. I did my time on probation, and got a job. And when I got my job, I just never went back to the shit. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I just let it go. You feel what I'm saying? Because I had already got in the mode of working and shit, and I was making good money. Had to settle down. That's another thing I'm gonna tell y'all that I used to do too, dog. When I used to always get roped off and get and for a crime, I would I would I would stop whatever I was doing, especially when I got on probation. I never wanted to go to jail being on probation. 'Cause you go to jail on probation, you don't have no bond. You feel what I'm saying? So I would stop doing what I was doing, and I get a job. I start smoking all type of shit. Cause I ain't want to never piss dirt or nothing like that. And now you probably have like a year probation, 2 year probation, some shit like that. And I done completed probation like about 4 times. You know what I'm saying? And but this particular time when I found a decent job, and I started doing construction instead. And I became a construction foreman. I used the street game to finesse my way up through the ranks in the construction shit. And I'm telling you, bro, I don't know how to swing a hammer. I don't know how to paint. I don't know how to do no drywall. I don't know how to motherfucking do no carpentry. I don't know how to do none of that shit. And I was the boss man, nigga. Swear to God on everything. Swear, nigga, that was one of the greatest finesse I ever did in my life. Like, I used to be sitting back like, how the fuck, bro? I had an iPad. I used to read blueprints. Nigga, I taught myself how to read blueprints. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gave me an iPad and gave me the blueprints of the building. I used to go home and look them bitches up every day. And then when I went back to work, I'd walk around the building with my iPad and say, oh, this is this part. Oh, this is that part. And I get a visual of the shit. And that's how, and I finesse that shit. But that's how I ended up stop doing what I used to do because I had got a job and I had got a good job and I had chilled out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all a story the time I made 10 bands. Let me see, whatever, 10 bands. Let me get the number right. Let me get the number right. Uh I think I made 10 bands in about 3 weeks. So I was busting checks. I had a crew, right? I used to print them out, and I can talk about it because I went to jail for the shit, did my time, and that shit been so long ago. So I used to print them out. Um, I got up on the game because my homeboy, he had a baby mama that was up on the game. And at first I asked him to put me on. So of course he put me in the car with him, but at the same time he put me in the car as a worker, right? So of course, as a worker, you the one who go in and get the money and come out and you bust it down with him, and he ain't never go up in the spots. He'll just used to sit in the car and send us in that bitch. But hey, it was what it was. I was paying for the game. The game meant to be sold, not to be told. But me and him was homeboys. We was cool. Everybody else in the car with him was just like workers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we have a couple of chicks in that bitch dressed in nurse outfits and shit. Sometimes we have a couple of J buddies, a couple of crackheads in that bitch. We'll clean them up, take them to Walmart, buy them some clothes, and then shoot them up in that bitch. So at this point, I'm a worker. So I'm just working in that bit, right? So after a while, he used to like to take me and he's always charged me less than he charged everybody else. So say the check $1,000, he'll charge me like $300. You know what I'm saying? I cuff 7. Now, busting checks was one of the best games in the world because you could get in the car, be flat broke, and all you got to do is have an ID, or you can have somebody else ID that favors you, or you can have your ID, and you can make you some money. So um, I did that for a while. I did that for a while, and one day me and him was sliding, and he ain't had no license. I had license, but he's always like to drive. He always kept a rental car, and he got pulled over and they took him to jail for driving, right? But he had some other charges. He had some warrants or something, he missed court or something. So we had checks in the car from the places where we were supposed to be going, and we had went to these places a couple times, so I knew the way to get to these places. So this is what the police did. The police took him to jail and left me with the car. So I had to rent a car, the checks, and he called me from jail, and he like, bro, I'm gonna be in this bitch for a little bit, bro. So just go ahead on and do your thing. I'm like, what you mean? He like, man, shit, take them checks and go on and do your thing. He's like, send me a couple dollars and do your thing. I'm like, all right. So I knew all the people that he had put in the car with us because they from the hood too. And they checked, and the checks was already printed up with the people's name. I probably had maybe like 10, 15 checks for each person. So if you count 3 people, I had probably about 30 checks, right? So boom. I say, okay. I say, well, what about the car? He say, well, the car in my baby mama name, all you gotta do is just make the money and then take her the money and she'll keep paying on the car for you. I say, okay, bet. So boom. This is how I turn into a boss in the game, right? So boom. I I do what he say. I go pick up the people the next day, and I tell him, I say, bro, in jail, but at the same time, you still got that ID. With he's like, they like, yeah, we got IDs. I'm like, all right, bet. I still got the checks. You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna go to the same places where we already been that bro already took me to, and we gonna bust because we already was doing good. So there's like, all right. So I took them to the places, and they popped off, and and I gave them the same deal that he gave me. I would charge them like but for the other people, he's charging more. So for like $1,000 check, he'll charge them like 6, let them keep 4. So I charge them like 6. So I ran through all the checks, right? Now peep this. When I ran through the checks, I don't know how to print checks at this time. And I'm gonna tell you one thing that he did do. He would not introduce me to the person who he had printing the checks out for him, but he would take me by their house. So what he would do is he would park down the street, he would get out and walk, and then he would go to the mailbox and he would get the checks out the mailbox because the girl who was printing checks out for him would just she had a daycare and she would just do the shit for him in her spare time, and she would put the checks in a mailbox and he would go pick them up, and then he would go and break her off, after he did it. But he would never let me meet her. But I knew where she stayed at, and I knew her what the routine. So what I did was I probably had made about a good I made a good amount of money, man. I probably made about 15, $20,000 if you count all the ones that they had done bust. Plus I paid the rental car, shit like that, whatever, whatever. So I just got enough balls to go to the girl house. So I went to the girl house and I knocked on the door. And I said, hey, my name is da 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 da, and I'm friends with da 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 da, bro in jail, da 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 da. And I want to know, do I be with bro, and I want to know, do kind of still want to keep going on what you and bro had going on. I didn't know if the girl was gonna take the deal or what. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know if he was gonna take the deal or not. But I just had to take that chance. It's sort of like when you see them drug dealers and they be taking a chance to go meet the plug. That's what I did. So just so happened she said, hey, yeah, I know you. He told me about you. Yeah, I got you. I mean, it was just that easy. She was like, yeah, I got you. She was like, what you need? I was like, just give me your phone number and I'm gonna call you and let you know the names and shit that I need you to do and put them on and where we going and the name of the business and all of this stuff to put on there. And what we would have to do is we would have to get our own account numbers. And in order to get the account numbers, how we did it back then was we would find people that worked at different places, and we would ask them to let us copy their check, or at least write down or either take a screenshot of their check, or at least write down the name, the numbers on the bottom of their check. And we would take those numbers and we would put them on another check. We would go get the paper and all of this shit and put them on the bottom of the check or whatever, whatever. So and that's how we would do it. And then sometimes I would buy people IDs, and a lot of times in order to copy people checks, I give them $100. I'd be like, look, I give you $100, just give me a copy of your check, And a lot of people would do it. A lot of people be scared, and I just tell them, look, just blur out, just cover up your name and cover up all that shit. I don't want none of that information. All I need is them numbers off the bottom of that motherfucker. And what I would do is, so say your check number is 101, right? So what I would do is we would make the checks that we make, and we will make the check number, uh let's say 600 and something. The reason why you do that is because you got to understand that this business is still printing out checks every week. So you need to make a check number that the business hasn't already produced, because in the check number is just the order of the checks that's being printed out. So your check might be check number 1, other check number 2, other check number 3. The route number, account number, that don't matter. That's gonna be the same. But you need to change that account, that check number, because they may have already printed out that check for a real person that worked for them that next week. And if you got check 202 and they done printed out check 202 for Takesha Jones that worked for them for real, when you go to cash check, it's not gonna work because the check has already been cashed for that number. So we will boost the numbers all the way up. That'll give us a wiggle room. You know what I'm saying? So say the check is 202, we will make that bitch 608 or 909. That way we can print all of those checks out in that window, and it won't be no issues, right? So anyway, she started printing the bitches out for me. She started printing the bitches out for me, printing the bitches out for me. So I was doing good. I was doing good. I was off on my own. I was doing good, paying my own rentals. I was sliding. So one thing about busted checks, what you need to do is you got to change your areas. You can't keep going to the same area, because you keep going to the same area, then the people going to catch on to the lick, because it's a pattern now. So you got to kind of like move around, you know what I'm saying? So what we would do is I would get on Google. And once I got on Google, I would find out what other, I ain't gonna tell you what place I hit, but the preferential places that I would like to hit. If it had an abundance of them in that area, I would Google that city, and then that's where I would go, and we'll plan a trip. You know what I'm saying? And it was cool. It was fun as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I used to be going away from my house for days at a time. I'd be gone for like 3-4 days or whatever. And so I would do that. And I had some good times, man. I had some real good times. And now you got to think now. So say I'm gonna tell you how much money I used to make. So say you got 2 spots, right? I would send 2 people in to that spot, right? They got the same business name on the check. The business, they don't even work for the business. That's bullshit. They don't even work for the business, right? And I would send them in. They gonna bust. Boom. When they bust, they come out. Let's say the checks was $1,000. They give me 6. So that's $1,200, right? I go down the street to another spot, and I would send them same 2 in another spot with 2 more checks, right? So I done already made $1,200, right? I'm sitting in the car, I ain't getting out nothing. When I send them in there, they buzz. Come back out. I done made $2,400, right? Check this out, right? Then I would double back to the first plot they hit. This is only 2 spots. I'm gonna show you how much money to make. I would double back to the spot that they hit. Then that third person that's in the car with me, that person is going to go in to that spot right there. But that person is gonna go in with me, right? So I'm gonna go in too. And the reason why I'm gonna go in is because I already done seen they done hit, and I already see that they done got the money from previously. And the money that I get is all my money. I don't got to pay nobody because I'm the boss. Now I got to break the girl off when I get back where I'm going, but that's gonna be fractions on the dollar. So boom, we'll go in, we'll hit that one. So I done made $2,400 with day 6. That's 3 bands, and I done made a band off of mine. So I done made 4 bands in 2 spots. Now some cities got 10 spots, so I done made 4 bands in 2 spots, right? I'm seeing good. Everybody got a couple dollars in their pockets. Everybody got at least $1,200 in their pocket. But I got 4 bands, right? So I'm sitting in that bed doing my thing, right? So say the nighttime come, and I'm gonna tell you a lot of times too, we used to like to go to space places that had like a jumping nightlife. So let's just say we go to Tampa, right? We do this in Tampa. So the stores or the places that or the spots that I used to go hit, they closing down in the evening time, right? So this is what we'll do. We'll stop early, right? We'll start early. It depends on my crew though. If I got 2 crackheads, I'm gonna take them by Walmart. We always gonna go by Walmart. That's always the spot. We're gonna go by Walmart. We're gonna get hygiene. We're gonna get, little shit like that you need, toothbrushes, because a lot of times these people get in the cars, they ain't got shit. They ain't got nothing going on. We're gonna get all the hygiene, like whatever they shit they need, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Then we're gonna go and get something to eat. We're gonna go to we're gonna always eat good. We're gonna go to some steak place or whatever. I'm gonna buy everybody steak. I told you I got 4 bands. I'm gonna buy everybody steak. Everybody gonna eat good, right? Then we're gonna go to a nice hotel, right? A nice one, right? Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna tell everybody, give me $100 a piece. Everybody, y'all give me $100 a piece. $100 a piece, $100 a piece, right? We're gonna get a suite, right? It's only 4 of us, so we're gonna get a suite. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get the suite. We're gonna get the one with the 2 beds, and then we're gonna get the one where the couch and shit fold out to a bed, right? One person got to thug it out on the little couch or whatever, however it go. Right. So boom. Then we gonna go to the mall. Now, if it's crackheads, they ain't gonna want to go to the mall. They just gonna want to go back to the hotel. But if it's like me and some chicks, or me and one of my partners that I done put on, we going to the mall. We gonna go to the mall. We gonna get fly. You know what I'm saying? We gonna go back to the room. We gonna eat. We gonna get fly, and then we gonna and we gonna go get us a bottle. We gonna get us a bottle of Remy. That was like our thing. We gonna go get a bottle of 1738. Boom. Then we gonna leave the crackheads in the hotel room, and me and the chicks, or me and my partner. It depends on who with me this time. We going to the club. We gonna do our thing. You know what I'm talking about? We out that bit. We got bands. We looking good. We doing our thing. Now in the morning, we planning on getting up early and going and tear the town up. We gonna spin this bitch. You know what I'm talking about? We finna get loose. We finna go to all the spots and hit again. And that was the play. That was the play. That's how we used to do. We had a lot of good times like that. And so while all this going on, I had a partner that I had met. He was working, but he was very, 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 very smart. But he wasn't a street guy at all. But one thing I told y'all I'm real good at, I'm good at surrounding myself with people who good at things that I'm not good at, right? So I used to pay the girl to do the shit for me, but I realized that if I keep I told you it's like almost like when somebody is going to meet the plug and they trying to figure out a way how to make more money or figure out a way how to cut out the middleman. That's how my thinking was at the time. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, if she don't print these out for me, then I'm not gonna be able to continue what I got going on. So I hollered at my homeboy who was not in the streets at all. He actually worked a good job, but he was very smart, and he saw me. We used to buy dogs and we used to sell them. Like I used to breed dogs, so I used to breed pit bulls, and I used to sell them as well. I breed them, and I was doing all this at the same time. So, but I realized he couldn't keep up with me because I was making so much money. He couldn't keep up. We used to chip on the dogs, but I used to want to buy dogs at a faster pace, and I couldn't buy them at a faster pace with him. With him because his money was legit money, and he had bills and shit. So I would find myself paying $2,500 for a dog, $1,000 for a dog, $1,500 for a dog, but me and him in it together. So I said, I got to figure out a way to make his money grow up so that he could match me. He could be able to put money in just like I better put money in. So I came to him. I say, bro, I say, you know what I do. You want to get in on this? He was like, what you talking about? He was like, what you mean in? I was like, I tell you what. I say, I'm gonna go to Staples or Office Max and I'm gonna buy some computers, and I'm gonna buy everything we need, the magnetic ink, the printers, all of that right there, and the paper. And I want you to print these out for me, and I'm gonna give you $100 per check that you print out. And he was like, all I gotta do is print them out. I ain't got to go with you or nothing. He's like, yeah. I was like, yeah. He was like, all right, bet. So I went, I bought it. I told you I had money at the time. So I went, I bought the shit, boom. And I set the shit up. And that's how we used to do it. And so I cut the girl out. I cut her out all the way. And then what happened was I had him teach me how to print them out. I knew the process, but I didn't actually know how to physically do it. So he taught me how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't even know how to do it, but he learned. He's very good at computers and shit. So before long, we were swinging. You know what I'm saying? And it was like clockwork. You know what I'm saying? Print the bitches out for me, and but all the equipment was mine, the computers and everything. And then sometimes I would do it myself. Sometimes when he couldn't do it, I get on the computer and I print the bitches out myself, and then I would just get on the road. You know what I'm saying? And this way, I don't owe her no money because I'm doing this shit myself. So I cut her completely out the game. So after a while, me and him was so cool. He used to like to ride with me, and because we could talk. I ain't want to talk with no crackheads. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, I would, but the conversation is gonna be like bullshit, especially when you riding hours and over the road and shit like that. There. So I got tired of talking. So I just asked him. I say, bro, you want to ride? He like, yeah, I ride. He's like, but he would never go in. He would just ride. You know what I'm saying? Then I do the same process. So after a while, he got tired of seeing us make that easy money. And this guy was not a street guy at all. So he was like, man, shit, man, I might want to try going in. I was like, going to try? He was like, yeah. I was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted to make more money because he was only making $100 per check. You see what I'm saying? Now he could make good money. Like so say we buzz 20 checks. That's $2,000 for him. You see what I'm saying? But he knew that he could make way more money if he went in. So I was like, all right. So I went in with him. I coached him. You know what I'm saying? I went in with him. We tag teamed and he bust. And let me tell y'all something. It is such a rush when you get that money and you walking out with that money like that, right? So he got addicted. He was like, yeah. He's like, I like this shit. I was like, all right, bet. I was like, you cool? You want to keep going? He like, yeah. I think his first day, I think he made like maybe like $3,000-$4,000. So he was like, I was like, going to keep going? He like, yeah. I was like, all right, bet. So he fucked around and now you got to think now he in the car with me, so I'm not. I gave him the same deal my homeboy who put me on gave me. I wouldn't charge him as much as I would charge everybody else. But I told him, I say, look now, if you go in, you can't charge me the $100 that you charging me to print them up because that's gonna make it a well goddamn. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making a lot of money, so we killed the $100 print out fee, and he just used to go in, and I just used to give him a decent rate. Like if he paid cash for stack, I would charge him 3. Now everybody else, I'm charging their ass 6, but him, I charge him 3. Plus, is my boy, so that worked out for a while, right? So after a while, we everything was rolling good. So I said I went to thinking, and he went to thinking, right? So he went to putting on his baby mama. She started working for us. Then he put on his brother. Then he put on his brother girlfriend. So now you got to think. Check this out. We got a lot of people that want to go, but we only got one car, right? We got one car, and we got 8 or 9 people that want to go. That ain't gonna work. We got four. We got only 4 seats in the car. Sometimes I will rent a van. Sometimes I rent an SUV. But it still kind of was not feasible. So I had to figure out a way to make this thing more feasible, more productive. So what I did was I told him, I said, look, we need to split up. I say what need to happen is I say we gonna get you a rental car, we gonna get me a rental car, and you're gonna take your brother, your baby mama, your brother girlfriend. That's 4 of y'all in the car, and I'm gonna take the other people. So we got 8 people. We got if you count it, six. That's really like six. That's like 6 people. But I'm making money off everybody. So I'm just say all together we got 8 people, including me. So what we would do is we would go to the same areas, but we would split the spots up. So if it's 10 spots, you hit 5 today, and I hit these 5 this day. You know what I'm saying? And we would get hotels at the same spot, but we would get 2 suites this time. You know what I'm saying? And now he got his baby mama and them and all of them with us. So we really is hanging out at the nighttime. We're going to the clubs. We doing it up. And they loving it. They loving it. Everybody loving it. Everybody getting money. Everybody loving it. So then in the morning time, you know, we'll get everybody ready. Everybody got their shit. You know what I mean? Oh, and another thing, in order to do this, you gotta know how to alter IDs. I know how to alter IDs. I learned how to alter IDs very well. I learned that from my boy. You're gonna have to change some of the numbers on there, and I was prolific at that shit. Like I could get on them bitches and I'm saying alter them bitches real good. I was a motherfucker. So and he never knew how to alter IDs. I did. So that used to be an issue though, because after they would say they would cash 4 checks, they would have to meet up with me at some point in the route in that day in order for me to alter all of their IDs again so they can go again. But that was part of the game that I never taught them, and I never taught them for a reason, because you always got to keep a little edge on you, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You always got to keep a little edge. And now, if he could have learned it by watching me, but hey, he never picked it up, and I never pushed it. I kept that. I kept that one in my, like my boy Audio said, I kept that one in my fifth pocket. You know what I'm saying? I kept that one in my fifth pocket. And so they would meet up with me, and I could alter IDs pretty quick. Like maybe one ID. Let me see. Maybe maybe 5 minutes. So I would alter all their IDs and I would send them on their way. And they would probably have to link in with me probably maybe about 2 or 3 times out the day in between hitting spots. And that's how we would do it. You know what I'm saying? And we had quite a bit of money. So and I kicked him out the car, and I had to kick him out the car with me because I had to split up and get 2 crews because it just wasn't financially. It was we was losing money or not making as much money as we could because being that he was in the car with me, that's somebody I could have had somebody else in that car charging him full price. So I needed him to get his own and get in another car and get the rest of the people working because we could make more money and I wouldn't be losing as much money. So that's how we did it. So after a while, of course, you know how this goes. Once you teach somebody the game, you know, and he knows. I taught him everything except how to print them out, and we kind of learned that together. So he knew. He went to thinking like I was thinking. He was like, "Shit, I know how to print them out. I know how to do this shit. I done did this shit a lot of times. Me and Marita need to split up." And I was already thinking that anyway. You know what I'm saying? And plus, this is my boy. So I told him, and I was cool. I had my peoples. I had everything. I knew how to do everything. So I told him, I say, look, this is what you do. I say, bro, you know we're gonna have to split up, right? He was like, yeah. He said, I was already thinking about it, bro. I say, bro. I say, it's cool though. We still gonna, we still boys. We still gonna rock with the business with the dogs. You know what I'm saying? You still my boy. You come by my house every day. We chill, talk, whatever. I was like, but I know how to do it. I know how to print and shit, and I got my shit popping. So you need to go and just buy you some computers and take your shit and you do your own thing. He was like, all right, but he's like, you ain't gonna be mad. I'm like, hell no. I was like, how the fuck you think I got put on? He was like, all right. So boom, he bought his own computers and shit, and he started doing his own thing. You know what I'm saying? And we kept being boys. We kept hanging out every day. We kept doing the dogs and shit like that. And that's just what it was. That was just what it was for a while until one day I I went to I'm gonna just say I went to South Florida. I'm gonna just say that I ain't gonna tell you exactly where I went, but I went to South Florida and I had a crackhead with me, right? A cool crackhead from the hood. Me and him had construction vests. So, and the reason why we did that is so that when one of them go through, the people would be more receptive to do the other one because they would feel like it was together. But for this particular point, this shit backfired on us. So I'm gonna show you how it backfired on us, right? Hit that like button, hit that like button. I'm giving y'all the game. I'm giving y'all the game. I'm gonna show y'all how this shit backfired, right? So the crackhead go up there, they get his check, right? Boom. They get his check. So I'm not up there with him at the time, but I'm peeping him to see. I'm peeping him to see if they're gonna go on and run his shit and give him his money. So they get his shit and they go to faking like they're finna do it, right? So when they go to faking like they're finna do it, I walk up, but I stand in the line a couple people behind him, right? So when I stand a couple people behind him, they see me and they notice that I got a vest on like his vest. So they like, hey, you with him? Now, normally I wouldn't have said nothing because I don't like you don't really want to let them know that you with them until the process is actually going down. And from doing it a lot, you could tell whether they're doing it or not. So they kind of force my hand. So I say, yeah. I say, yeah, I'm with him. So they say, you got one too? I say, yeah, I got one. So they're like, let me see it. So boom, I give it to them, right? So they take them. This is the move that you don't want them to do. You don't want them to get that bitch and go straight to the back. And that's what they did. They got the bitch and went straight to the back. Now they don't got our IDs or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because you never give them your ID until the process is actually going down. Even if they ask for it, fuck that. I ain't giving you shit. Right? You know what I'm saying? Let me know if you're gonna handle this and then we'll pull it out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So boom. They they take the bitch straight to the back. So they take the bitch to the back. So now you got a timer in your head. Like I done did this shit a lot of times. So you got a timer in your head. Like if they don't come back out with that bitch in a certain amount of time, you know the jig is up. And I always taught my people, do not stay in there and try to get the check and do all of that. Just come on out. And when you come on out and get in the whip, and we'll go to another spot because chances are this is not your ID anyway. And we got a bunch of goddamn checks, and we got a computer, bitch. We can print you out some more checks. I never wanted any of my people to go to jail at all. Fuck that check, fuck that money, fuck all of that shit. All I want you to do is be safe. Because if you go to jail now, I got to bond you out and all this type of shit like that, though. And I always used to like to do dudes. I like the dudes better than girls. And I'm gonna tell you why I like the dudes better. And white people was the best though. If you can fuck around and get you a white crackhead, I promise you, they would always more likely to cash than black people. For some reason, they just stigmatize black people. But anyway, I like to do dudes, and I'm gonna tell you why I like to do dudes. Because if you get a girl, yeah, it's cool. Yes, it's cool while it's going on. But if a girl get roped off, she more likely to snitch you out than a dude. Dudes done been to jail. Dudes know the game. Dudes got this code. They don't snitching code. So a dude more likely to hold it down. A girl, she gonna think about her kids. She gonna think about this. She gonna think about that. And you most likely you might get told on. Have I ever got told on? No, never got told on. But oh, another thing too. My partner always taught me if you taking girls, because a lot of time we had some beautiful girls with us, man. Like we had chicks from the hood, and we'll go buy them like nurses outfits and scrubs and shit. So they looked good, and you got to think they on a lick with us for days. You know what I'm saying? They in the suites with us and all this type of shit, right? My partner always told me never sleep with any of the girls who you got working for you, right? And I never did. I came close one time. You know what I mean? That little monster, that little Mexican, that little mean, that little devil Mexican inside my head was like, do it, Manita, do it. And she was like, let's do it. And I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? But just so happened, we didn't. We ended up talking all night and ended up going to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like we was drinking. We was drinking. I told y'all we are gonna get a bottle rim, so we was drinking, and she looked good too. She was thick, everything. You know what I'm saying? And we ended up talking all night and falling asleep, and we never had sex. But I came close one time. But the reason why he told me never to have sex with any of the girls that was working for you is because eventually they're not going to want to pay you your money. Eventually they're going to feel like they're obligated to not pay you as much as you want, or they might pull some kind of move or something like that there, and you want to always keep it business. And he's right, because I've seen that happen a couple times to a couple different people who was in the same game as us. But so I never did it, and I always stayed true to the rules. But I almost got caught one time because I was gonna tear her ass up in that goddamn suite that night. You know what I'm saying? You got money. You know what I'm saying? She looking good. Y'all way away. You know what I'm saying? Dog probably went to the club that night. Shit, it was tempting, and she looked good too. Very good looking girl, but I didn't do it, and thank God I didn't. But so when the people take the checks in the back, now I'm like, okay, here go the clock in my head. I give them like 2 minutes. I give them like 3 minutes. Now my head saying, yeah, it's about time to go. It's about time to go. So about 4 minutes in, I go to walking out. The crackhead, he's still at the counter. So I go to walking out. When I go to walking out, I can look out and I can see the goddamn through the glass and I can see the police coming in that motherfucker, right? So I take off. I take off. I shoot out the door and just run, right? I run. The police see me running and they don't even go to the place. They start coming after me. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm motherfucking like Hussein Bolt. I'm gone. I'm gone. Crackhead, his ass is out of gas. You know what I'm saying? I'm gone. I'm running. 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 I see a apartment complex. I jump the gate. Boom. I jump the gate. I'm running. Now I hear the police sirens. I see the lights and shit. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. So the people got back patios with wooded gates, right? But this apartment complex, like a condo complex or something. So I jump the goddamn people back gate, and they got a bunch of shit in their back patio. They got like a tent, a glass, like a netted tent where they probably sit out there and chill and shit like that. There. So I jump and get in that bitch, get way up under the tarp. So I'm up under that bitch. I'm chilling. I can hear the dogs. I can hear the police. I can hear the sirens. I can hear all type of shit, right? So I'm up under that bitch for about 30, 40 minutes. I'm just ducked off in that bitch, quiet, like I'm up under that bitch, just hiding, right? I'm way, excuse me, I'm way out of town. I done left the car. I done left the two people that's in the car. I done left their ass in the parking lot. Hopefully they had enough sense to just jump in the driver's seat and haul ass. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gone. So Make a long story short, the police use the dog, track my ass down, tell me to come out. One thing I always do when the police tell me to come out, bitch, I'm coming out. You is not finna tase me, and you is not finna let that big ass K9 bounce, bite me. Have you? I've seen motherfuckers that been bit up in jail with that goddamn K9. Boy, I'm telling you something, motherfucker have holes in their legs, boy. I'm talking about, boy, goddamn. So, hey, the jig is up. Hey, here I am. They're like, what you doing back there? Hey, look, man, I found me somewhere to sleep, man. You know, man, I'm homeless. You know, I hit them with one of them, man, I'm homeless, man. So, hey, you, was it the guy? I mean, I don't know what y'all talking about, man. I'm homeless, bro. Da, 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 da. So they take me back to the store. People point me out. Yeah, that's him. Da, 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 da. So they end up taking me to jail. Now, at this time, I'm on probation, right? I'm on probation, right? I'm like, God damn. So they take me. So I'm gonna tell y'all the trick with the probation. If you ever get caught, right? You got to get out of jail before your probation warrant come back. You have maybe a couple hours. Well, I'm saying a couple hours. You probably got about maybe 16 hours, 10, 16 hours, somewhere up in there. You got to bond out real quick though, right? So they take me. So they take me to jail, right? They take me to jail. They asked me my name. At first, I didn't want to give them my name, but I went on and gave my name because I'm like, damn, if I don't give my name, then how the fuck I'm gonna get bonded out? So I gave my name. They let me use the phone. I got a cousin. She's a bondsman, right? Call me cuz. I said, hey, cuz, they got me. She like, where you at? I'm like, I'm in da da da. She like, okay. She like, I looked you up. Your bond gonna be this. I like, you already know when I get out. I got you. I got the money. I got you. She like, all right, da da da. She like, I'm finna come get you. I'm like, all right, bet. Now we in a whole nother city. So my cuz, she come down that bitch, bond me out. Boom. She bond me out. So when I went to jail, I had maybe $3,000 or $4,000 on me, right? Check this shit out. So when I get out of jail that night, I probably was in jail maybe about 6 hours. So when I get out of jail that night, I asked them, the police, like, hey, where my money? Can I get my money? They're like, well, we can't give you money right now because our system, some kind of way they got a little thing where they put their money in like a safe or something, and it's like a timer or something on it. So they're like, you can't get your money right now. You can wait till in the morning to get your money. I say, wait, man, y'all got me fucked up. I'm out of here. Look, I'm broke as fuck, but I got my cell phone. So I'm up out that bitch. I'm walking in a whole city. I don't know what, know what I'm saying? I don't know what's went on. I don't know if the people don't, nothing. I don't know nothing. But I remember that I got a homeboy that live in that city. So I get on Facebook and I hit him in the messenger. I say, bro, you still live here? He like, yeah. I'm like, bro, I just got out of jail down this bitch, man. Come pick me up. Just so happy he lived down the street. He came and picked me up. He came and picked me up. I went to his house. He like, bro, what you doing? I like, bitch, I'm in the bitch doing something. He like, for real? Like, yeah. So I stayed at his house that night, and I called the people who had my car, the other two people that was in the car. I can't remember. I think it was a girl and a crackhead. So I called the girl, and she like, yeah, I got the car. I got away. I dropped the crackhead off or whatever. I was like, okay, look, come back and pick me up in the morning. She like, all right. So she came in the morning. She picked me up. So now I done left like 3 bands in the damn jail where I was at. So like, God damn. So I just say fuck it. So I know I'm finna get a warrant. I know a warrant finna come out. Once my fingerprints and shit run through, I know I'm gonna have a violation of probation and a warrant for a whole nother charge. So I'm like, God damn. So anyway, I'm fucked up, right? So I end up going hard for like 3 weeks, bro. I swear to God, bro. I end up making about $15,000 in like 3 weeks, right? But I got a warrant now. I know I got a warrant. I called my cousin. She's like, yeah, you got a warrant. She a bum. She always check the computer for me. She said, yeah, you got a warrant. She's like, she like, I'm supposed to revoke your bond and come and get you. I was like, cuz, don't revoke my bond, cuz, I already know, man. Eventually I'm gonna go, dog. Just, I'll give you a couple extra. I think I gave her like $400-500 extra dollars just to chill. You know what I'm saying? I say, cuz, I ain't running. I'm just, what I mean? I'm just trying to get my shit together. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I make like $15,000 in like 3 weeks because I'm trying to stack some money now because I know I'm gonna have to go to jail. I know I got 2 years violation of probation, and I know I got motherfucking a new charge. So I might end up doing 3-4 years. I'm like, God damn, I might be fucked up around here. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. That's what I've been trying to tell you. When you running and you living like that, that shit be pressure on you every day. You can't move around like you want to move around. Anytime the police get behind you, think you might go to jail. Bro, that shit is so fucking stressful, dog. Like you can't do nothing because you scared that if you get stopped by the police, they're gonna run your name and you're gonna go to jail. So I'm like, damn. But at the same time, I'm going hard. You know what I mean? I ain't spending no money other than all the money I'm spending is on the rental car. And I had my own spot at the time, so my rent was like $1,000. So I'm paying my rent, shit like that. But I ain't splurging, I ain't going no clubs, I ain't buying no clothes. So my stepmama came to me and she knew I had a warrant too. My daddy knew I had a warrant. And she said, baby, you ever think about turning yourself in? I say, turning myself in? Turning myself in? You crazy as hell. Turning myself in? Hell no, I ain't turning myself in. You crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? So she like, yeah, because if get caught, you might get caught doing some more shit. You might try to run. The police might shoot you. This and that, there, whatever, whatever. I say, oh hell no. So I'm thinking like she just talking that old people talk. Man, I ain't turning myself in. I'm like, man, in my mind, I'm like, man, I listen to it, but in my mind, I'm like, man, you got me fucked up, bitch. Bitch, I'm gonna make them do their job. Bitch, I'm out here. Bitch, they got to catch me. Feel what I'm saying? And I got a couple dollars too. So what I did was I went on and paid for me a lawyer. Never forget his name. His name was Brian Duckworth. And I asked him, I told him, I said, Brian, I got a violation of probation with a new charge. I said, how much you gonna charge me to take care of my case? He said, I'll charge you $3,500. I said, okay. So I paid Brian. I went down, paid Brian $3,500. And this is what I did, y'all. I had like 2 or 3 girls that I was talking to at the time. I got their phone numbers and I put $100 collect phone call on their phones already. And then I had another homeboy. I put $100 on his phone, and I had my phone, and I put $100 on my phone, my particular phone that I had in my hand. I put 100. So I had 5 people who I had collect phone calls on their phone, and two of the girls still my friends on Facebook to this day. I wonder if they remember that shit. But anyway, so that way, when I go to jail, because when you get a warrant, you know you're eventually going to jail. So I wanted to make sure that I was not no burden to anybody. I wanted to make sure that a bitch gonna press one for me because they ain't paying no money. You see what I'm saying? I ain't costing nobody no money. It ain't nothing. So and the rest of the money I saved, right? So I was like, fuck. And so but my stepmama was saying it went to weighing on me. Like I was thinking like, damn, maybe she is right, dog. But it's just hard for me to turn myself in, right? So, and let me tell y'all something. This is a lesson, y'all. That's why I be trying to tell y'all. This is a lesson. Sometimes you got to listen to them older people because them older people be knowing, right? They be knowing for real. Sometimes just don't think you know everything. Sometimes just listen to them, right? So I woke up one morning at the trap, and the trap was in my name. Well, it was a trap. I used it as a trap because I hustled too, but I still it was in my name. So I thought about it. I said, boy, these police gonna come knock on this door one day. That's how they do when you got a warrant. They'll come knock on your shit. So I said they gonna come get me one day, dog. I think I ran for like 2 months. Nah, it wasn't that long because I made the money like 15,000, like 3 weeks. So about like a month. So I said, I went to seriously thinking, I was like, man, I need to get this shit over with, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Because I know I got to go to jail one day, and I got money now. I got about $10,000. I just gave Brian 3,500, so I got about $10,000. I think I even went down to Tampa one time and was gambling in the Hard Rock Casino. I think I lost like $2,000 gambling in the Hard Rock Casino because I used to like to play poker. Like I could play Texas Hold'em like a motherfucker. Like I'd be at the Texas Hold'em table with all them internet people, all them people, talking about them white boys and all that shit, bro. I be right down there playing no limit, swear to God. You know what I'm saying? Betting whatever. That's how I used to go down that shit by myself to the Hard Rock Casino in Tampa, and I be sitting in that bitch with my headphones on, listening to Jeezy or T.I. or something, all in. You know what I'm talking about? Like I'm telling you, bro, I used to do all that type of shit. And I'm talking. So, I come to the realization that I need to turn myself in. I don't know how the fuck it happened, but it was against everything in my being to do that shit. But I say, fuck it, I'm gonna do it, right? Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button, hit that like button. So I call my baby mama. That's the one that just passed last year. I call her. Me and her got 2 children. We're not together at the time, but of course we got 2 children together. So I call her, I say, I think I'm gonna turn myself in. She said, you gonna turn yourself in? I say, yeah. I said, I got some money. I got about 10 bands. And I got a lawyer paid. I got collect on phone call. Oh, I put collect on her phone too so I can talk to my children. So I say, it's a good time for me to turn myself in because I won't be no burden on nobody. I got my own money. You know what I'm saying? I already paid my lawyer. You know, I'll be good. I'll be good. I ain't got no worries. You know what I'm saying? I got, you know, I'm gonna just go to jail with my money. So she like, okay. I was like, what you like? What you want me to tell? I was like, what you want me to tell the kids? You gonna tell them like on going out of town or something? She was like, nah. I was like, what you want? She was like, you gotta tell them. And I was like, I gotta tell them. She was like, yeah. And I was like, I was like, you gonna tell them for me? She was like, no. She was like, you gotta tell them yourself. I say, fuck, right? My son at this time, he probably about 3, and my daughter's about 4. You know what I'm saying? So I say, okay. I say, well, y'all, you'll bring them over here today so I could tell them. And she was like, okay, I'll bring them over. And to this day, I don't really understand why she made me do that. Uh, but she did. Do I have any ill will towards her for making me do that? No. But I didn't want to do it like that. I wanted to tell them a lie. I wanted to tell them like, you know, I had to go out of town or something like that, you know, because they was little and I was gonna have them play it like that. But I just went on what she said, and I was like, yeah, I'll tell them. So I went to my daddy's house and I told my stepmama, I say, I'm gonna turn myself in. She looked at me like I was crazy. Now this the same goddamn woman that told me to turn myself in. When I told her that I had decided to turn myself in, she looked at me like I was crazy. She looked at me like, you serious? I was like, yeah. And I thought my daddy was right there. And I told him, I said, I'm gonna turn myself in. He said, you sure? I said, yeah. I said, I'm gonna go on face it. Now y'all gotta think. Now, at this time, I don't know what I'm finna do. I don't know how much time I'm finna catch. I got violated 2 years probation, and I got felony charges that I done violated them bitches with. So I know I'm finna do at least 2. I'm thinking I'm finna get by 3 though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But I got 10 bands though. Fuck it. I can run it. You know what I mean? Shit, you know? Because a lot of times they go to jail, nigga ain't got nothing. So I'm like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, my baby mama come over there with the kids. I never forget it. This is one of the hardest shits I ever had to do, dog. And I saw them on the couch. She left. She left me there with them, right? And I just started telling them, you know, bro, before I could get the goddamn story halfway out, bro, I'm cheering with them crying like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? When they realized that I was finna leave them, that I wasn't finna be with them, like they can't come see their daddy, they couldn't, you know, come over to their daddy house. And bro, that was one of the hardest shits I had to do in my fucking life, dog. And I told him, I say, you know, your daddy done did see a little stuff. I say, I ain't gonna be gone forever. I ain't gonna be gone forever, so y'all ain't got to worry about never seeing me no more. But you gotta think they 3 and 4 in their mind. They probably like, boy, my dad I ain't gonna never see my daddy again. You know. So they was crying and shit. You know what I'm saying? I think I cried a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But now I ain't let them see me. But when I kind of shed a tear or whatever, because that shit fucked me up to have to tell them kids. They were little as fuck, like 3 and 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. So, you know, we got through that. I think I took them somewhere that day and we had fun. I think like maybe like Fun Spot or some shit like Chuck E. Cheese or some shit like that to kind of get their mind off of it. And I gave my baby mama some money. I think I gave her like $2,000. So I might have had about 8 bands. Cause I remember giving her $2,000. I gave her $2,000 and just to keep them, you know, till I for a little bit, hold them off for a little bit. So I called my probation officer and I told her, I say I'm coming down there to turn myself in. She said, you sure? I said, yeah. It was a black lady. Her name Miss Johnson. Never forget. She said, you sure? I said, yeah. I said, I'm coming on down there. She said, okay, I'll be here waiting on you. So I go down to the probation office and me and her sitting there. We talking. She let me in the back. I'm sitting there talking to her. So she talking to me and I was telling her the reason why I'm turning myself in and I just want to get it over with and stuff like that. There, she said that's big of you. She said a lot of people won't do that. She said that's real big of you. She said, I respect you for that. She said you a good dude, man. She said, I like you. You know what I mean? So we talked enough for about 30 minutes. She said, you want me to call the police now? I said, sure. I said, you can go and call the police. She was like, okay. So she called the police and we sat in there probably another 15 minutes. And then they came in and they gaffled me up in there. And she told me, she said, oh, hey, y'all ain't got to be so rough on him. He turned himself in. Y'all don't have to be so rough. And they took me to jail. So when they took me to jail, I went to jail and check this shit out, y'all. Check out how God works. Let's check out how God works. I told you, boy, my God sits high, but he looks down low. So I'm in there, right? So I'm in there, and I end up going to court probably maybe 30 days after I'm in there, right? So now I got Brian. I already got my lawyer. I got everything. I'm set, right? So I'm going to court. So when I go to court, he say I can get you a deal. I say, what deal you can get me? He say I can get you 6 months. I say 6 months. I say 6 months. You can get me 6 months for a violation of probation, 2 years probation, and you can get and I got two. I violated with a new charge. He say yeah. I say I don't want it. Hey, look, he looked at me like it was crazy. I was crazy. He said, "What?" He say 6 months. He said, "You don't want to take 6 months for violating 2 year probation, and you got felony charges that you violated with." I say, "Nope." I say, "I want 5 months." Cause look, I want to get out early, and I know the first deal they come with, you could kind of negotiate them down. Look, he was mad as fuck. He's like, no. He's like, no. You're gonna take these 6 months, or I can't promise you anything. You know, we're gonna go to trial. And I can't promise that you're gonna win. I say, I don't want them 6 months. I say, I want 5 months because I did the math. Oh, 5 months you ain't gonna do, but 3 months. You know what I'm saying? So 6 months you're gonna do 4 months. I say, fuck that shit. I want 5 months. He was like, nah, I can't get you no 5 months, man. I say, well, fuck it, we going to trial. I say, tell him we going to trial. He said he was mad as fuck. He was like, man, he said, I'm your lawyer. I gotta advise you what's the best deal to take. I say, sir, I don't care. I want 5 months. Tell the state I want 5 months, or I'm not taking no 6 month deal, and we're going to trial. He say, all right. He say, I'm going up there. He said, but I'm telling you, they're gonna say no. You're gonna have to go to trial. I say, okay. So I'm sitting in that goddamn holding cell in the courthouse, scared than a motherfucker. That's why I tell you, Melly, he and that bitch scared than a motherfucker, because I was only facing fucking 6 months, or well, 2 years or something like that, if they would have found me, in trial, found me guilty, or 3 years, something like that. But I that shit was scary. So the bailiff come and they take me upstairs. I got the chains on, the whole shit. How Millie got, I had the whole shit. Got the chains shackled in front of me, chained to my leg, feet chained together with the jumpsuit on. So they sit me in the court in the little booth thing where they sit all the defendants and shit. So I see my lawyer. He looking at me mad than a motherfucker, right? He mad than a motherfucker. But I already done paid him. He already got his money. So uh I see him go over to the state attorney desk. He go to talking to him. So I see the state attorney shake her head. She like, nah, nah. He go to talking. I see her shake her head. Nah, nah, nah. He go to talking. Then I see her shake her head like, yeah. So he come over to the little booth where I'm at, chained up and shackled all up in the front in the court. He say, look, I got you 5 fucking months. I say, now that's how you drive. I say, from that's on, that's how you drive. That's how you drive. I hit him with that shit. That's how you drive. So he say, I got you 3 months. Shout out to Deputy Euler. Yo, hey, boo. What's up, Dream Dog? Hey, so he got me 3 months. I say, that's how you drive. That's how you drive. Look, so I took the little plea for 3 months. Now, I already been in there about 30 days, right? So I'm like, hell yeah. Now, listen, I want to give y'all, I want to tell y'all, young people, that's why it's good to listen to older people. And I want to say this too, for the record, before I get to the end of the story. That's the last time that I've been in jail. My daughter is 20 years old, and my son is 19. I made them kids a promise that I would never go to jail again, and I haven't been to jail since then. They was 3 and 4 years old. So I just want to show y'all that. You know what I'm saying? The best apology is changed behavior. So I'll just let you know I learned from that shit, right? Because I ain't like to see my children cry. You know what I'm saying? So they take me back to my cell. Now check this shit out though, right? Being that I went to jail out of town, I still had to go back to that other town that I caught the charge in, because my lawyer got it all ran together. He got the new charge violation and the violation of probation ran together, right? So I still had to go back to that other town in order to go in front of that judge to get the goddamn shit situated with them, right? So I go back, they take me back to the county jail. When I go back to the county jail, I'm in the county jail for probably about a week. Then they call a van, transportation for me. So transportation come, pick me up, take me to that town where I had went to jail in, right? So when I'm riding in the van, I'm talking to the correction officer through the little gate. I'm talking to him. Shit. I think I was the only one on the van at the time. So me and him just talking. I told you I'm the nicest motherfucker in the world once I'm in jail. Like, ain't no sense of me making these people's job no harder. It's fair shit. We can talk about football. We talk about whatever. So me and the dude that's transporting me, we talking. So it dawned on me, y'all. Y'all know what I thought about? I thought about the $3,000 that I left in the motherfucking jail down there. So I say, sir, I say, when I first went to jail down here, I say, I had some money, but they didn't give me my money because they said that something was up with the system, so they couldn't give me my money, and I just left that night. I said, can you see if when we get there, can you see if my money's still there? He said, yeah. I say, okay. Some kind of way he got on the intercom or some shit. I can't remember, but he did that shit when we was in transpo on the way to that facility. He was talking. Then he came back and talked to me. He say, look, well, he's still driving, but he like yelled back to me, say, hey, they got your money. I said, they got my money? He said, yeah. I said, they got my money? He said, yeah. He said, you get your money, it's gonna be in your account when you get there. I say, look at God. So the $3,000 that they had done took, they still had the shit, right? Hey, so now that put $3,000 in my motherfucking account, and I already got fucking like, I've been in jail for like a month, so I probably made 200, 228. I probably got about 6,500, but with the 3 bands, that put me back at about 9,500. I'm in jail. I'm talking about, I had a fat account in that bitch, right? That's why I turned myself in, because I got money. So ain't no sense of me waiting until I'm broke to turn myself in. Hell no, I'm gonna turn myself in with this money so that I ain't no burden on nobody on the streets. I ain't got to call nobody, tell nobody to give me no money or nothing. To be honest with you, I signed some money out to my baby mama when I was in jail. My baby mama just come out that bitch. She came out of it one time and got $1,000. She like, hey, I gotta buy these school clothes. I'm like, all right, look, I'm gonna sign you out $1,000. Nigga, I'm in jail signing money out to my baby mama to buy school clothes, nigga. Boss shit. So anyway, and God rest her soul, she passed. You know what I'm saying? God bless us. God rest her soul. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, when I get down there, I look at my account. I had a CO look at my account. Sure enough, they put the money in my account, added it with the money that I had. I'm like, bet. So I went to court. Guess how much time they gave me, dog, for the fucking going to jail down there with the check charge and all of that? Y'all ain't gonna guess how much time they gave me. They gave me 10 fucking days, nigga. And they ran the 10 days concurrent with the time that I was with the 5 months that I was doing, which I'm only gonna do 3 months off the 5 months, right? And I only been in jail probably about 40 days at the time. So I stayed in that little town for 10 days. I stayed in that boy. I was so blessed. They gave me 10 fucking days, nigga. 10 days. I ain't never heard no shit like that. Nigga, I had all kind of, I had uttery and forgery. I had a falsified document, all type of shit, right? I had at least about 3 felonies. They gave me 10 days for them motherfuckers. That's that lawyer. That's what that lawyer do. Shout out to the good lawyers in this world. So anyway, I stayed in that little town for 10 days and ended up when I got released, I had to wait till the goddamn Orange County transportation come get me from down there, because I told you I had 5 months, which I'm only gonna do 3 months off of that, and I've been in jail like 40 days, right? So boom, they came and got me, took me back to you say 10 days. You didn't even get a chance to meet the spiders in the cell. You got jokes for sure though, And they had me in the cell with old broke ass nigga, right? That's the dude that I told y'all that I left him all my food and shit in there because, and I asked him to I don't know how to make like the goulash and the noodles and shit, but I know I buy the shit. So I have him to make the shit because I ain't want the nigga to be stealing my shit. So I just told the nigga like, bro, you can eat with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew if I just played like a crab and was eating honey buns and shit all the nigga face, I knew the niggas were gonna go in my motherfucking shit, and then I'm gonna have to beat the nigga ass in here. Then I'm gonna go to lockdown and all of that. So when I got in the cell with the nigga, I just befriended the nigga. I like, hey, bro, look, bro. You know what I mean? I could tell the nigga was old, broke ass shit. So I like, hey, man, look, bro, listen. I'm gonna buy all the shit. you know how to cook? That's what they call, you know how to make the goulash and all that shit. He like, yeah, I'm about the shit. You cook the shit at nighttime, and I'm gonna bust the shit down with you. He like, all right. So I'm saying, so that made him my friend. You know what I'm saying? Cause he from the city. I'm not from that city. All the niggas in the cell is from that city. So you know they're gonna be like, hey man, take that fuck nigga from Orlando shit. Now I was gonna beat his ass because he was way littler than me, but I was gonna end up going to lockdown, and I ain't trying to do all that. I might as well just share with the nigga. So that's the deal we made. So when I got out, when they came and got me, I gave him all the food. That's one thing I always do. If I'm getting out of jail and me and you cool and you still in that bitch, you can have everything. You can have the radio, you can have the socks, the goddamn gym shorts, the shoes, the honey buns, the noodles, bitch. You can have all that shit. I don't want none of that shit. I ain't taking none of that shit home with me. So I left him with all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't never know what happened to him. So they took me back to Orange County. I stayed in Orange County jail for probably about I did 99 days total and got out. Now, I did 99 days total and got out, and I had 2 years violation of probation, and I had violated probation with another charge with 3 different felonies: uttering forgery, supplying a falsified document, some more shit. I can't remember. Probably, and I had resisting arrest and violence because I ran from the place. So that was 3 felonies I had, and I only ended up doing 99 days for it, and that was the last time that I did time in a jail facility. Now I went to jail after that for, I think I beat up my baby, not my baby, I beat up my girlfriend brother, but the charges never got picked up. You know what I'm saying? I went to jail for a night, and he didn't do a statement, I didn't do a statement, so their state had nothing to go on, so I bonded out and they never picked up the charges shit. But that was the last time that I actually did time, and my children was 3 and 4 years old, and my children is 20 and 19 now. And then I got a 10-month-old now. So yeah, man. Yeah. So me listening to my stepmama actually worked out for me. Because I was facing more time than that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I told you I done lived a lot of life, dog. I got a bunch of goddamn story. Oh, and the best thing about it, when I got out of jail, I had about, let me see, maybe about 5,500. I had about 5,500. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it was the best move. That's why I be trying to tell you. I learned from that situation, and I went on and got that shit over with. You know what I'm saying? I went on and got it over with. You know, and I grew up. I grew up from there. You know, got to grow up. Yeah, that story time, Marita boy. When I had the check cashing ring, running all through Florida, and that's how. And I stopped. And I stopped doing them after that. I went on and started working and settled on down. Yep. And that's probably saved my life. I never been to prison. Knock on wood, never been to prison. Um, if you look at my pictures, all my pictures got hair. When you go to prison, they cut that shit off your head. So I never been to prison. Mm-hmm. That's why I be trying to tell you. I've been through a lot of shit now. Mm-hmm. Had money, lost it, got it back. And that's why I can sit and tell y'all the best way, dog, is to live a non-criminal, productive, safe life. You feel what I'm saying? Because be honest with you, I probably made more money living a legit life and with a lot less stress than I did when I ever was out there uh breaking laws and doing shit like that there. And another thing, anytime you out there doing that shit, that money gonna go, bro. I tell you, I ain't gonna tell you no lie, bro. When you out there doing some shit you ain't supposed to be doing to get fast money and shit like that, fast money go fast. Promise you it do. I promise you it do. Mm-hmm. Now I wish I would have been smarter, did something with the money when I had it like that, when I was doing that type of shit. But you think shit gonna last forever? That shit don't be lasting forever. That shit don't be lasting forever. I'm finna drop the link though. I'm finna drop the link. Come on up, Deputy Eula. Your ass don't want to come up. You chicken. Yeah. I don't know. I ain't never want to go to prison though. I see what Lil J got going on. I ain't with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest with you. jail ain't for me, bro. Like I mean, I back then, you know what I mean, I was cool in jail because I be, you know what I mean, I was younger. But now they say that shit like gangland, dog, and I ain't got time for that shit. Ain't in no gang. You know what I'm saying? I fuck around and go to jail. I know me. If I go to jail, I ain't gonna probably. I might. It's a chance I'll never come back out because I'm gonna shank me a bitch for real, for real. All that, you know what I'm talking about, trying to size me and all of that type of shit. I'm gonna go on and, you know what I'm saying. And I don't want to do that type of shit, but I just know I ain't going. Me, I'm not going. So it's gonna be some shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-mm, mm-mm. So I stay my ass on the porch. You know what I'm saying? I'm out the game now. I'm out the way. My job now is to try to tell these young people what it's like, what you know what I mean, and what not to do, and to try to deter them from going through what I went through because they might not make it. It's no reason why someone should have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? Or you should put yourself through that because I put myself through that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And there's no reason why you should put yourself through that when it's a better way. And but I will say this: a lot of people mature at different ages. And I definitely matured late. Definitely. You know, and good thing it didn't cost me my life, and it didn't cost me a lot of time in jail. I ain't did a lot of time in jail. You know what I'm saying? I've been to jail a lot of times, but I told you I get probation, I complete probation, or I would get 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 blessed like I got blessed with this time right here. Cause that time really could have and probably should have sent me to prison. But God was looking out for a fool. They say God look out for fools, drunks, and babies. And he looked out for this old fool. That's why I be trying to tell y'all, God is real, dog. God is real like a motherfucker. God is real like a motherfucker. Hit that like button. I got another story for y'all too. It's a story about when they wanted me to pull the plug on my mama. Mhm. That was a real. I mean, cause I like this story. I like this story because it shows you that God is real, dog. And I want y'all to know God is real. So when you out there doing whatever you're doing, and you thinking ain't nobody looking, or you thinking ain't no consequences of what you're doing, I'm trying to tell you, take it from me. It is consequences. Take it from me. God is paying attention. You know what I'm saying? And it's what you do when ain't nobody around. You know what I'm saying? What counts? You see what I'm saying? If you're gonna stand up and stand for what's right and do what's right, that's the test. Life gives a test, and you got to pass the test. Like I passed the test with old boy. You see what I'm saying? If you know, you know. But I passed that test, and I know I passed that test, but I'm smart enough to realize the test that God, put forth me or life put in front of me. So my mama, of course, y'all know my mama was on drugs and shit like this here, right? So this is she was living down there where old boy was living at. When she died, this is where she lived at. Feel what I'm saying? She lived there from when we moved down there. She lived down there for the rest of her life. I moved back to Orlando, but my mama always lived. My mama lived in Wabasso. Hit that light, but my mama lived in Wabasso until she died. My mama is buried in Wabasso Cemetery right now. My mama is buried a block away from where old boy live at. He can walk to the cemetery where my mama buried at. You know what I'm saying? And my mama lived maybe 2 blocks away from where he live at now. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, um, and my mama knew him. My mama knew all of them. And so I got a call. I was working at the VA hospital in Lake Nona. I was a construction foreman at the time. This is when I had to stop hustling and I had started living a normal, productive, law-abiding citizen life. This is after I had got out of jail for the situation I just told you about. And I got a phone call, and it was for some of my cousins down there. My cousin who live in Wabassa, and she told me, she said, "Your mama had a heart attack, and she's in a coma." And I said, "Damn." So I told my boss man, I gotta go. I was a foreman at the time, and I told my boss man, I gotta go. My mama had a heart attack. She in a coma, and I gotta go. Right. So he said, okay. So I jump in my car, and I go home. I call my sister and them and all of them, and I jump in my car. I'm the oldest. My mom got 3 kids. Me, my sister, and my brother. I got a different dad, and my sister and brother got the same daddy. So, but we all grown at this time. So I get my shit. Tell my girlfriend I gotta go, see what's up with my mama. I get my car and I hit it down to Wabasso. Wabasso is like an hour and 30 minutes away from Orlando. So I get down there When I get down there, it's bad. It's bad. Me and my sister and them met up. They was already there, and it's bad. She laying in there. Uh, they got the machines on her. They got the breathing thing on her. She can't breathe on her own. And they got the neurologist in there, and her eyes are not open, but they cracked a little bit. And they telling me she had a heart attack. She went without breathing for a while because nobody there knew CPR. I'm gonna tell you another thing after that. Before that, after this happened to my mama, I had my job teach me to send me to a CPR class. So I'm registered. You have to kind of like re-register. But at one point, I was registered to render CPR, and I made them send me to the class. So I had my CPR. Well, I had it. It was a while ago, but I had my CPR registration, so I knew how to certification, so I knew how to do CPR, and I did that because my mama, when she had a heart attack, it was nobody there that knew CPR, and that caused her to go without oxygen to her brain for a period of time until the paramedics got there, and that way she ended up with brain damage, right? Because she didn't have any oxygen flowing to her brain. If somebody would have knew CPR, she'd have been all right because they had got her heart back to pumping, but it was just the damage that was caused between the time that her heart stopped and between the time they got it back pumping to it caused her to have some neuro brain damage, basically. So she in there, and it's just sad as fuck, dog. It's sad as fuck. Like, they got the breathing things on. You hear the little machine, doo doo. My sister crying, my brother crying. I'm not crying. I'm not crying. I'm the oldest, so I'm not crying. I'm talking to the doctors. You know, getting what's going on and this and that there, whatever, whatever. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all this right. Wait, I ain't gonna tell y'all this right now. I'm gonna wait till in the middle of the story. Then I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you exactly how the doctors told me, right? So they telling me basically she's not coming back. She has irreparable brain damage, and it's nothing we can do for her. You know, and she had just had this happen that day. I got down there the same day. So I'm looking at my mama, you know what I'm saying? And I'm seeing her twitch. I'm seeing her twitch a little bit. So I'm telling the doctor, I say, well, you know, she moving, she twitching. He's like, oh, they were like, oh no, that's just low brain functions. It's just reflexes that you see, but she's not gonna come back out of this. She's not gonna come back. It's We hate to tell you this, but you're gonna have a choice whether to take her off of life support. So my sister busts out crying, my brother crying. I'm not crying. I ain't crying at all. I promise you. I'm in this bitch like with a level head. I know I'm the oldest, so I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta make sure that she okay, right? So I remember I don't watch a lot of movies, right? So in the movies they say that people in comas can hear. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I remember these movies that say people in comas. I ain't say that, but in my mind, I'm remembering that people in comas can hear, and I'm just thinking, what if she can hear us? What if she laying in a coma in a dreamlike state, but she can hear us talking? You know, and my sister crying, the doctor's telling us to pull the plug, my brother crying. So I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, that got to be terrifying for her if she's sitting in there trapped, but she can hear us. And I just saw a lot. I've seen this on movies a lot, and I've seen where people come out of comas on movie and in real life. So I'm like, so I asked the doctor. I asked my sister. I say, what you want to do? My sister said, I don't want her to suffer. If they say she ain't gonna come back, you know, then let's just go on and go on and pull the plug on her. And I was like, okay. Now, in my mind, I already knew what the fuck I was gonna do, but I just wanted to hear their opinion. I wanted them to feel like they had an opinion or some say so, but really the fuck they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the oldest. I'm from the hey, you got me fucked up, right? So I asked my brother. He like, man, I don't. He like, man, I don't know, bro. He like, I ain't with that shit. Like, I ain't. He like, I ain't. I can't say that, dog. I can't say do that to mom, dog. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay. So I asked the doctor, I say, look, how long can she sit in here like this? Like, how long will y'all allow her to sit in here like this? You know what I'm saying? And it was like, we'll let her stay. We'll let her stay. Take your time. We'll let her stay. This and that. Them. I say, okay. So the doctor go out the room. So I go to talking to my mama, right? I go to talking to her, and I said, I say, oh no, this what happened, right? When the doctor leave out the room, I promise you, one tear rolled down her right eye, and it rolled down her cheek towards her ear. One cheek, one tear just rolled out the corner of her eye. Her eyes kind of closed, but it rolled out the corner of her eye, right? So I say, I see you, girl. I say, I see you. I say, I see you. And I grabbed her foot and I touched her foot and I touched her foot. I say, I see you. I say, I see you. I say, I ain't gonna pull the plug. I say, I see you. I say, I got you. I say, I see you gave me a sign. You gave me a sign. You hear me. You hear me. You hear us. I say, I got you. I say, don't even worry about it. I say, just rest. I say, don't worry about it. I got you. You ain't got to worry about nothing. I say, I'm here. So I told the doctors, I say, we're not pulling no plug. I say, we're not pulling no plug. I say, do what you can do for her. And I say, we'll be up here, we'll be back. They say, okay. So my sister go back to her hometown. I think I stayed up there that night, and then I think I left that next morning and went back to Orlando, right? So me and my sister was taking turns going back to see her like every weekend, right? So this went on for like a month. And it was the same. Every time we go in there, you know what I'm saying, I talk to her, you know what I'm saying, they still got on the breathing thing. The doctor still telling me it's about time for us to pull the plug. She is not going to come out no coma. It's over with, this and that there. So, you know, but at the same time, I'm still, nah. Then when the doctor leave, I tell my mama, don't worry about what they say. I'm not pulling no plug on you. I don't give a damn what they say. I know you're going to be okay, and I know you can hear me. You know what I'm saying? So I go back to Orlando and I go back with my life and I go to work. So one day I'm at work and I get a phone call and it's my cousin from Walbassa. And she called my name and she said, I got somebody that want to talk to you. She say, I say, who? She say, your mama. I say, my mama. I say, man, let me tell you something. Don't play at me. I say, don't even play at me like that. And I hung the phone up on her. Click. I'm at work. I'm at VA hospital. I hung the phone up on her. Go back to working. She called me back like 2 minutes later. I answer the phone. I say, listen, don't motherfucking play with me like that. Like y'all play some old nasty ass, cruel ass games. I'm finna go to sell ass. I say, I'm gonna say that why I ain't never fuck with you. I'm finna sell ass out. That why I ain't never fuck with you anyway, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna sell the ass out, right? I'm finna sell the ass out, right? So she say, you got something in the background, Anonymous.
Oh shit, my bad, bro. I didn't even know you brought me up. I just wanted you to check your email right quick.
Okay, I'll check it.
All right, I'm about to get off the stage. I'm just listening to you.
Okay, all right, bet.
All right, I'm gonna hop out later. All right,
All right, appreciate you.
yo.
Hey, so she say, no, don't hang the phone up, don't hang the phone up, don't hang the phone up. I say, what? She say, your mama want to talk to you. I say, listen, stop motherfucking playing with me, bitch. Like I cuss her ass out, like I'm cussing her ass out. She can't get a word in edgewise. So she just put the phone to my mama, and I swear to God, this is a song my mama was singing. It's a church song. If you know this song, you'll know it. She was singing, I know I've been changed. Oh, I know I've been changed. You know, she kept saying it over and over, like repetitive. And she not in a coma no more. She out. She out. I say, for real? She said, yeah. I fell out to my knees when the Lord came. I fell on my knees in the middle of the goddamn construction site and went to praying, dog. And went to praying, dog. And went to crying. I heard my mama voice and I went to crying, dog. I say, wow. I started thanking God. I started telling God I never doubt him again. I started telling God I know you real. I started telling God, I started thanking him, asking forgiveness for not believing in him sometimes. All that shit, bro. I broke that shit down. I was crying. I went to the my boss's like office, the what that shit is, the portables. And I told them, because they already knew the situation anyway. I say, look, my mama out of the coma, I gotta go. They say, man, hurry up and go. Hurry up, because I didn't know how it was going to go. I didn't know she was going to still be alive or whatever, whatever. So I went. I got in the car. I don't even think I went home that time. I just straight in the car. Haul ass. I go down to Wabasso. Actually, Sebastian. She was in the hospital in Sebastian, but that's a little town next to Wabasso. So I go down there. I be goddamn dog. When I get in there, all her brothers, my aunties, my cousins, all of them in there. And my mama is in there wide awoke, eyes wide awoke, but she's singing church songs. That's all she's singing. Church songs, right? All she's singing is church songs. It's like that was the first thing that could come to her mind, dog. And maybe it was God, but all she was singing church song. And she kept doing it repetitively. So we would try to talk to her, and she couldn't really, her mind, she wasn't back all the way, but she was alive. She couldn't really answer our questions like that, but she was speaking. And every now and then, if you could get her attention, she would say, huh? Huh? And then you could ask her a question. And like as I say, Mom, you know who I am? She say, yeah. And then she'll say my name. And I say, I love you, Mom. She'll say, I love you too. And stuff like that right there, right? So I could tell what was going on. It was her mind rebooting. It was like rebooting. Her brain is like a computer. So when she was in the coma, her brain was just like trying to heal itself. And even though she had went without oxygen, her brain was trying to find pathways to where it could restart like a computer, like your phone. When your phone be trying to restart, reboot, that's what was happening. So some kind of way, I say God, her brain figured out a pathway to reboot. Now, the parts of her brain that was damaged, that's probably why she was still a little like in a haze and a fog or whatever. But it was still rebooting, right? So I stayed down there with her. She sung church songs all night. She was off life support. They took the breathing thing out off of her, and she was breathing on her own. And I stayed down there with her. So I asked the doctors. I say, "What is the doctor that I talked to last time?" This is the doctor that told me to put a plug on her because I want to see that bitch right now. Because motherfucker, you told me to put a plug on my mama, and if I would have pulled a plug on my mama would have never had an opportunity to come out that motherfucking coma, and I'd have been sitting right here with that shit on my conscience or whatever. My mama would have been gone. So I wanted to see that doctor bad as fuck. So they was like, "Oh, the doctor not here." It was a neurologist. They was like, "The doctor not here. This and that, there, whatever, whatever." So I say, okay. I said, when the doctor be there? They said, they'll be here tomorrow. I said, okay, boom. They say, plus we want y'all to stay anyway so we can give y'all, tell y'all what's going on and tell y'all how we going to proceed with her rehabilitation and stuff like this or whatever, right? So I said, okay. So I stayed down there. I got a hotel and I stayed down there. And the next morning I went back to the hospital. She wide awoke again, and this time she's doing a little better. It's like her brain is kind of like, she could do a little bit more every day, but you could tell she's still a little slow. But she getting to be a little bit more coherent. She could kind of talk to you a little bit more. And the doctors called us in a room, and they told us there's gonna be a time that we're gonna have to meet in this room, and they're gonna talk to us. And they said that the doctor that I was looking for is gonna be there. So I said, okay. So we went to the room, me, my sister, and my brother, and we waited. It's like a little waiting room, and we was talking. We waited, and then the doctor came in, and the first thing I said was, I say, "Hey, how you doing?" I said my, greetings, and then I said, "You told me to pull the plug on my mama. How can you explain her in there now, wide awoke, talking to us, coherent, singing church songs? Because you said that my mama wasn't gonna come back out that coma." You know what the doctor told me? It's a miracle. I was so goddamn pissed off with that excuse because I could only imagine the people that take this advice and don't give their people's time enough to see if they're gonna come out of coma or not, and they just going to put a plug on somebody. That's why it's my advice to y'all. I don't give a fuck what nobody tell y'all. If you ever have somebody in a coma, bro, give them people enough time, bro. I don't know whatever the time gonna be, but just give them time. Sometimes they come out, and my mama came out of coma, right? So then we would ask the doctor like what happened or whatever, right? Check this shit out, y'all. We asked the doctor what triggered the heart attack, right? The doctor say the cocaine in her system. I was floored. Me, my sister, my brother was floored because we was under the impression that mama had, stopped doing her thing, right? The, they said the cocaine in her system caused her heart to, go into cardiac arrest. She must have had that good. Mama had that. Mama had that. Got a hold to that iron. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? And that shit made her heart. And she went into cardiac arrest. She had a heart attack, right? So uh we was floored because we was under pressure that she was clean because she looked good, shit was going on. But I guess she still dib and dab in her spare time. You know what I mean? When she, you know, want to unwind, she'll, fire up one, you know. So and that's what caused her to go into cardiac arrest, have a heart attack and get in that situation, right? So fast forward, uh we started taking turns going up there and seeing her every weekend or whatever. And they moved her to like a hospice place, right? In Melbourne, outside of the Melbourne hospital. And we would go up there and see her. Like we'd take turns. I go one weekend, next weekend my sister go weekend, or sometimes we'll go together. And I got a chance to talk to her. She started getting a little bit better. She couldn't walk, but she couldn't take care of herself, so she never went back to her house. She never went back to her house. We cleaned it out. We cleaned our house out, put the stuff in my auntie house. My auntie stay in Wabasso, so she still live down there now. My aunt Reba, and we would visit her in the hospice place, and I got a chance to talk to her, and I said, "Mom," I say, "when you was in the coma, I say, did you hear us, bro?" I promise you, she said, "Yes, yes." Yeah, it was a miracle, Eula. It was. And she said, yes. She said, yes. I heard everything y'all said. I say, for real? She said, yeah. She said, I heard y'all. She said, I heard you tell me don't worry that you got me. I said, I just started crying. I said, I just started crying. I was like, damn, like, and I had not cried. I had not cried. I had not cried at all. I cried that time though. And I was like, damn, dog. And I felt good. I felt good that I had, you know, been the eldest son and stood on what I stood on and gave God enough chance to work. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I tell people, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't the most religious person in the world, or I ain't the most, all of that there. But I'm gonna tell you something. I believe in God. Now I don't, I just pray. I did get baptized like a year ago, but I do believe in God because I seen him. I seen him. I seen him work. This is a story. I'm telling you, this shit happened. Like all the doctors and everything told us it was over with. And she came back and she lived for about another 4 years until she died. She died in the hospice. And one of my biggest regrets is she died alone. She died alone because she was in the hospice in Melbourne. And I was living in Orlando. My sister was actually living in another city. My brother living in another city, and we got the call, and they told us she had passed. And that was one of my biggest regrets. I was sad that she died alone. She died at 6 something in the morning, alone in a hospital or whatever. But I was thankful that God gave us an opportunity to be back with her for like 4 more years. We would go down there, we would talk to her, she would laugh, we would, we would joke, we would, her eyesight had went to start going, so she could hear us and talk to us, but she couldn't really see us. So but she would talk to me like regular. You know what I'm saying? She would talk to me with crack jokes. You know what I'm saying? And all of that type of shit. And I was just thankful that God gave us some more time with her. And had I not just, had I pulled the plug, I wouldn't even got that time. And my children got a chance to go down there, and spend some more time with her. My sister, and then we had a couple birthdays, parties down there, Thanksgiving. We would go down there like every holiday, you know what I'm saying, and see her and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the story, guys. So I'm trying to tell y'all, God is real, y'all. So, I gotta have the faith, man. Keep the faith. You know what I'm saying? Keep the faith. And shout out to my mama. My mama rest in heaven, and my mama name was Queen, y'all. That was her name. Her name was Queen. You know what I'm saying? So, and she was a great lady. She was a good lady. Uh, she was a very humble lady. Very. My mama was you. Everybody would like her. Like everybody liked her. She was not a rah rah person. She wasn't not a fighter. She wasn't a shit starter. Like my mama never talked bad about people. At least I never heard her say nothing bad about nobody. She was more of a non-violent type person. Like my mama was like a real soft type person. You get what I'm saying? She just got caught up. She got caught up in the drugs. You know what I'm saying? When the drugs hit in the 80s and shit, she was in her 20s. And so you know how it go. Just like these young girls and boys is out on that Molly and shit now. She just got caught up in the times, dog. She just got caught up in the times, and she just ended up with an addiction. And it just ended up costing her life. But yeah, she was a I had a good mama, dog. I had a good mama. And actually when we had our funeral, I gave a great speech, bro. I wrote it in the car on the way there. And I knew that a lot of people knew how my mama was and that she had addiction and stuff. So I had to think of something to say. And I made it all about the times when we didn't have, or because for a while it was just me and my mama living together, and we lived in like rooming houses and stuff like that. And it was times where I ain't had nothing to eat, and I'm talking about like nothing. And my mama would go out, and Lord knows what she did to get the money, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But all I know is she always came back with food to feed me. It was times when I ain't have clothes, and my mama would go out, and she would come back, and she'll have me clothes. And I can only imagine what she was doing in order to provide for me and stuff like that. So I made my speech about that. And at the end I said, I may not have had the perfect mama, but I had the perfect mama for me. And it was great. It was great. It was a great speech. Everybody was crying. I was crying. But it was true. It fit. You know what I'm saying? It fit. I'm pretty sure she would have been proud of me with the things that I said, because my mama definitely loves her children. She just got caught up. She just got caught up in it. She had an addiction. I don't blame her for nothing. Don't got no ill will towards her for nothing. I never blamed her when she was alive. You know what I'm saying? I never blamed her then. You know what I'm saying? Because I just always, maybe that was my way of dealing with the shit, but I just always understood that she got caught up. She got caught up in the times. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. Okay, I'm finna check the email now. But yeah, 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 yeah. Shout out to Ashley Tolliver for the $5 cash out. So yeah, I'll just give y'all story time, man, because we was kind of freestyling here. You know, I know everybody got those kind of got stories and stuff like that, y'all. So but yeah, that's a little bit about myself. Oh yeah, I see it, anonymous. My boy anonymous just anonymous one. Yeah. Oh yeah, that shit tight. Yeah. Anonymous one. See, that's what I be saying, bro. God be Man, I don't care what nobody say. God real. My boy just made me a banner, dog. That shit hard as fuck too, dog. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Y'all go subscribe to Anonymous One channel. I subscribed to Anonymous One channel um already, and he just getting started in the YouTube. He wanna pursue this, so I would appreciate you guys if y'all go subscribe to him. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, bro. He just sent me an email and he got me a logo. He just made me a logo, man. Man, thank you, bro. I appreciate you. I really, really do. You see? Told y'all, man. Told y'all, man. I believe in God, dog. And I ain't always been the best person. You know what I mean? Like, what I mean? I just changed a little bit by little bit, dog. So the person y'all see in front of y'all here talking to y'all now, I wasn't always like this. I learned this to be this way because of the bad things that I had did in my life. And I gotta download. Let me download it. Oh no, I go to my email. Hold on. Yeah, I go to my email. So I just learned it was things that I didn't like the what I was doing, or they brought me more heartache and pain than good. So I changed, and that's what y'all got to do, man. Don't it's not a overnight thing. You know, it's not an overnight thing. You just gotta want to change. Gotta want to do something different. All right, I'm finna show y'all. See, let me see. You gonna like that one? Listen, listen, listen. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, man. And I done had listen, y'all. Another thing, I done like even being a good, better person that I was before. I done had hardships. Hardships gonna come. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this, dog. Let me tell you some real shit. Uh, yeah, I like it, man. Appreciate you, anonymous one. Appreciate you, man. Uh, but I will say this, dog. Whenever I was going through something, God always came through for me. It might not be when I wanted him to, but I promise you, it always came through. Sometimes he'll come through at the last minute because he want me to learn the lesson that I need to learn. But he always, yeah, I know that's your favorite. That's what I said. Listen, listen, listen. So, but God always will come through for me. You know what I'm saying? And it be hard sometimes. Sometimes, the devil get to you and you revert back to thinking how you used to think. But if you could just stay positive, take the higher road, keep doing what you're doing. That's right, and you know that it's right. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, God will work it out for you. That's how He did with me. Like, look, I cut old boy off because I read the paperwork, uh, and I just felt like, yeah, that's enough for me. I felt like he did it, and I don't need to be associated with, and I will not be associated with nobody like that. That wasn't my plan. My plan was to do this YouTube shit with him, and me and him could go up together. That was the plan. But then God came with me with a test. Hey, Marita boy, is you gonna be cool with this man, knowing this man did this shit? You got children. How you gonna ride for his son when allegedly, since he didn't get convicted, allegedly he did this to his daughter? Here go the paperwork. What do you think? I could have kept my mouth quiet, didn't tell nobody, and continue to be cool with him for clout, for likes, for views. But that would have been against who I am inside. That would have been me being a hypocrite. That would have been me failing the test. You see what I'm saying? It's people that was subscribed to me that don't even subscribe to me no more. They over there subscribing to him, and they read the paper. They know what this man did. You see what I'm saying? But I understood that it's a test and I got to pass that test. So if it costs me subscribers, if it costs me people talking about me, if it costs people saying whatever they saying, it don't matter to me because I know I did what was right. You see what I'm saying? I appreciate you, Anonymous One. I appreciate you, but I know I did what was right. See, sometimes being a leader means being alone, y'all. Sometimes being a leader don't mean that everybody gonna follow you. Sometimes being a leader means that you don't go with the crowd because you know what's right. You feel what I'm saying? And I knew what was right. You see what I'm saying? So, no. Now look how God blessed me. Anonymous One made this out the kindness of his heart on his own for me. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. This is God. This is God saying, keep going on, Marita. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I do. Deputy said, the day you made the executive decision to stand up was the day I became a fan of you, Marita. I appreciate you, Eula. I really do. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? And hey, man, I just know what's right from wrong. I done did a lot of wrong, so I I know what's right from wrong, and I ain't trying to live like that. No, mm-mm. Right, that wrong shit only brought me heartache and pain. Yeah, Anonymous ain't made that tonight. I appreciate you, gang. This the one you like, Anonymous? This the one you like the best? I'm gonna download it. Let me see. I'm gonna download it. Let's see. I'm gonna download it. Download it. Oh, so you like the Final Cut one? Okay, okay, okay. I'm gonna download it. Okay. Yeah, I like that one. Appreciate it, man. You see? Yeah, I like that one. I like it. I'm gonna rock with this one. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it just like this. Okay, I appreciate you, Anonymous. Look, man, y'all go subscribe to my boy Anonymous One channel, man. Help him get on his dream, on his journey, man. You know what I mean? He could possibly be one of the next great YouTubers, y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all rock with me. Y'all saw something in me, man. You know, we gotta support good people, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta support good people, man. You know, I appreciate him. I really, really do. I like it. I like it. I love it. And I needed one. I really did. And he did this out the kind of his heart. He hit me up. He was like, "Man, you want me to make you a logo?" Like you know what I'm saying? You see how God work, y'all? I'm telling you, man. I don't care, bro. I believe. I don't give a damn. Fuck all that. For real. For real. I think I'm gonna end this live, y'all. I think this been a good positive live. So I think I'm gonna go and cut this one off right here. I like the vibe of this live. So I think I'm gonna end this one right here. I'm gonna go live again tomorrow, y'all. Um, I just like the vibe of it, and I'm gonna just leave the vibe of this live just like it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a good live that people could listen to and get something positive from. You know what I'm saying? I don't wanna change the vibe of this live by talking about anything else. I like it, so I'm gonna leave it like this here. I'm gonna give y'all shots out, and I'm gonna get on, man. Shout out to my guy Audio Crack. Yo, shout out to Anonymous One. I appreciate you, gang. Y'all go subscribe to Anonymous One's channel. Shout out to my girl Deputy Eula. You already know what it is, Deputy Eula. Shout out to still Ashley. I appreciate you. Um, shout out to Q Ball. Appreciate you. I really appreciate you. Shout out to Harmony Cartwright, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate. She say I seen it all the time working as a nurse, especially during COVID. Appreciate you, man. Uh, who else? Shout out to my girl Dream Doll, man. I see Dream Doll stepped up in here, man. I appreciate you, Dream Doll. Shout out to Tennille Bowens, man. That's my girl. Shout out to the Chicks 1000, aka the Chick 1K. Excuse me. That's my girl too, y'all. Appreciate you guys for support. Um, who else? Who else? Who else? Shout out to Flyboy Michael Fo. Shout out to Nephew for real. Appreciate you, Nep. Shout out to Unspoken Crime Mysteries and Unspoken Crime Murders. My boy got 2 channels. Go subscribe to both of them. Shout out to Karel. I appreciate you, gang. Um, Shout out to Lil Kel's Truth Movement. Hey, y'all, it was Lil Kel's birthday yesterday, man. I gave him a shout out on his community wall, man. So he probably appreciate the belated happy birthday, which is so it was Lil Kel's birthday, man. So shout out to Lil Kel. Happy G Day, bro. I wish you many, 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 many more. Um, Really, I do. Shout out to SLK. Shout out to FL. Shout out to Canada's only real deal. Appreciate you, gang. I appreciate you stopping in. Shout out to Kamel Kimball. Uh, who else? Shout out to Deshaun Words. Shout out to Silk Foster Jr. I appreciate you, Silk. Shout out to Felix. Who else? Shout out to Butterfly. Shout out to Serge. I ain't seen you in a while, Serge. Appreciate you. Shout out to Jern. Seeing you in here too, Jern. Shout out to Angie Baby. Shout out to you, Angie Baby. Appreciate you. Shout out to Nikki Baby too, man. For real, for real. Shout out to Haley. Shout out to Kenny. I ain't seen my girl Kenny in a while. I wonder what happened to Kenny, man. Shout out to Melanie too, man. Shout out to Melanie. Appreciate you, Melanie. Shout out to all y'all, man. I'm finna log off. Probably gonna put this logo up, man. Um and play with it. Put it on my on my page, on my channel. I appreciate y'all. Y'all appreciate y'all listening to me, man. I ain't mean for it to turn to story time, just kind of like manifested into this. But I hope you guys got some something positive out of the stories. Hope y'all got some hope. Hope y'all got some faith. Hope y'all got some, maybe some of y'all wanted to hear that. Maybe God wanted me to tell that to y'all tonight. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you guys. Hit that like button. Share this video if you want to. It's cool. You know what I mean? Subscribe. Okay, as you say, you hit me on IG. Okay. But I appreciate you guys. Good night. I hope you guys have a blessed evening, and I hope you guys have a blessed life, man. Thank you guys.